David Bowie, belonging to that generation. But I say, if you listen to Subterraneans, track on David Bowie's fantastic Low album, the saxophone solo that comes in towards the end, it's really brief. I know it doesn't last very long, but if you just listen to those two little pieces, I say they're as good as anything that the John Coltrane ever. There are two holiday vacations that really stand out in my mind. One was San Francisco, and that was work. That was a busman's holiday. The other was probably the one time in my life in which I've just allowed myself totally chill, and it was Veli Gandu in the Maldives. I think it's high time I went back after a pretty intense psychic session, maybe a couple of hours logged into the phones, or being on the Now Show. Any psychic who does it, it's really, really important to take a step back from that level of intensity. I've advocated meditation for about as long, as I've been involved with Psychic Today in all its forms. And so meditation, sometimes 3 times a day, is part of my daily routine. I'm hoping that what I bring that's brought to the Psychic Today show is something cutting edge, something that people, viewers of the show, or people who get their psychic readings will stop and think, "Oh, that's new. Haven't heard that before. What's that? Tell me more." And hopefully you think, whatever he's having, I'm going to. I'm John Healy. PIN number is 4718.
Mystical, your personal psychic companion app. You can watch the show live, get direct access to our psychic and their profiles, get your readings, have full control over your spending, never miss one of Mystical's offers. You can send a text app straight to the show, instant message for a quicker private text response, so you know when your favourite psychic is. And we'll even give you a free text to the show and top up £5 or more. These may apply. Register for free or profile by downloading Mystical App Store today. Keep it simple.
I'm John Healy, pin number 4718. I'm now in my 70th year of giving professional psychic readings, although I have been developing now for very nearly 3 decades. Callers ask me about 2 techniques I use on the show. They're both very, very old techniques. One is the Bhaga, and the other is the Silver method in its current form, 3-finger technique. In order to get myself into the zone, so I can ensure that the connection to the caller is at its absolute maximum, I will use the Bhaga. It's very, very simple. It's the touching of the tongue to the roof of the mouth with the mouth closed for a count of 3. Very simple, very easy. But it's a way of me sort of getting into a space where I'm sort of like, get ready, I'm going to do something important. You're reading. When I was growing up, I was profoundly influenced by David Bowie, belonging to that generation. Who wasn't? But I say, if you listen to Subterraneans, last track on David Bowie's fantastic Low album, the saxophone solo that comes in towards the end, it's really brief. I know it doesn't last very long, but if you just listen to those 2 little pieces, I say they're as good as anything that the great John Coltrane ever did. There are 2 holiday vacations that really stand out in my mind. One was San Francisco, and that was a busman's holiday. The other was probably the one time in my life, in which I've just allowed myself to totally chill. And it was Veligandu in the Maldives. I think it's high time I went back. After a pretty intense psychic session, maybe a couple of hours logged into those, or being on the Psychic Now show. Any psychic who does that will tell you it's really, really important to take a step back from that level of intensity. I've advocated meditation for about long, as I'm involved with Psychic Today in all its forms. And so meditation, sometimes 3 times a day, is still part of my daily routine. I'm hoping that what I've always brought to the Psychic Today show is something edge, something that people will, viewers of the show or people who love to get their psychic readings will stop and pause and think, that's new. I heard that before. What's that? Tell me more. And hopefully you think, whatever he's having, I'm going to have. I'm John Healy, and my number is 4718.
Claire here. It's nearly snowing, lands of Scotland. My pin is 664 if you want to give me a ring. You can get hold of us all through themysticalapp.com, which is now notable from the App Store or from Google. We have a range of lovely PCs scrolling past me on screen. If you do give them a call if they're available, you'll be able to find that out by just logging into either directly to their PIN number or looking for them by name. It will tell you whether they're available, and if they're not available, you can get them at a later time. Not a problem. We're happy texts on the show. We're more than happy to calls. We can also have text if you want to speak to somebody. We also text answering service on mystical.com, and you can speak to us back to back if you want, answering your text, speak to somebody personally. So it's entirely how you use the service. It's a fairly dark, cold day up here, so I hope it's where you are. And I'm happily shuffling the cards because I've been reading cards for about 20 years. I call myself a card reader. That's not a derogatory thing. I think it's a thing of. I've been reading cards for 28 years, started with tarot, work with oracle cards. I also work with these guys. I work with Chris. There's a lovely citrine. If you want a little bit of you can have a citrine. Or if you just want a bit of guidance, have a look at a big crystal. They have to be big and they don't have to be bright. They are more likely they are to be dyed or heat treated. For the plain looking ones, all sounds good. That's Crystology for you. What else I'm working with? This little fellow at the moment is bonded tourmaline. It's really rather lovely. Nice sort of protective energy, and works like Scorpio moon that we've got at the moment. More take out the psychic trash time, which is on the 6th, for on the 7th. So make your moon. That's to set in motion any plans that you have. Perhaps consult the site before you set your wishes or look at. There's a lot of people here that are very good at kind of development issues. Experience as well in terms of psychic, and they've all got the trick behind them, you know. So here's the message on screen. We'll do this message and be logging onto the phones. Hi Claire, I've been on Elmind, hoping to hear from him tonight, face-to-face meetup. What's his thoughts, feelings about QC for tonight and any other dates to watch out? First date that jumped out there while I really love is the 18th, so that's the 18th. Watch out for that. I think that's a week, is that 2 weeks today? Roughly about time. Watch out for the 18th. That seems to be partly because the sun has moved out of where it's going and heading towards in Sagittarius, but really seriously the Capricorn Mule. It's a very changey, very fiery and very passionate. Let me just have a quick look. I'm using Mormon cards, which I love because they're very good kind of fortune-telling issues. Where are you going? Well, you're definitely not bang slap in the middle of the reading. The issue seems to be for Elle is about leads. There seems to be quite a lot of stress in Elle's life and bridges to cross. So as to get into new territory, it's like breakout here. They're also in Elle's life at the moment. Because of what happens next, work-wise for them, it seems to be there's a lucky break takes the stress off. In terms of seeing them soon, I would hang out. Hopefully you'll have a face-to-face much sooner during Saturday there. So Saturday for the 18th seems to be very important. And then the other days, I'm also hearing Christmas Day, Boxing, and round about the holiday season, running right through to the first second of January. Those are dates to look out for, and best of luck with question. Love and light. So I'm just going to log into the phone lines. By all means, download the app, and it was all easier. And the app's available on the phone, the App Store. And it's free to download Google Play. Just give me a sec. I'm just... So when you're live, you can't. Right, that's me, log number 6864. There's John Healy's around. Many other. Audrey, Marissa. I'm just looking at people as they scroll, like they're scrolling on your TV too. Poppy's here. Psychic Lucy's here. Ruby's here. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of people just waiting to take your call. They all have very different perspectives and different skill sets as well, which is great because people, you know, you've got hundreds of years of experience here, basically scrolling past you on the phone. It's amazing, and they're available either through the app or through phoning us at Psychic TV, Psychic Today TV. Get my words muddled. So, like the hair, Claire. Yes, so do I. Some people don't want it too. Thank you, dear. Can you see what's coming in from now till New Year's Eve? Love and light, Aries. This kiss. Thank you. Yeah. No, there's a story behind the hair. One of us was this colour when we were very tiny. And one of us thought us rediscover our babyhood, literally, or our childish nature. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. In fact, that's a super good to discover. To get back to the pool, as it were, in the tarot, to being child happy. The thing is, some younger members of the family didn't directly don't like the hair. Like, let's have a look, my love. Okay, yeah, there's a bit of a shake-up coming towards you before New Year's Eve, and also a sense of kind of uncertainty. But from then on, you are able to find your feet again, stand your ground, and begin to build your future. I think the shake-up isn't going to be as it sounds, but it is going to move you into happiness. There's also an issue of feeling disconnect. This is supposed to be a cheery reading, but there is a disconnect going on, my darling, with somebody you're caring for, but that's quite positive at the moment, because of the way that they're going backwards until tomorrow, and then it kind of begins to move forward next week, so everything lightens up a little bit. There's this kind of this looks like change in terms of you are really sorting out what's for you in the next year, so that's what New Year is doing, and in order to do that, some stuff has to go. Basics. I mean, you'll know what I'm talking about. There are things that haven't gone so well and things very well. There also seems to be work-related coming towards you that it looks like a change. It looks like a change in terms of either applications or interviews or change of direction. In terms of life, don't worry about the disconnect. That's then when it happens. It can mean that you miss each other's emails or texts or miss each other generally. But in terms of the future, there seems to be a more solid future being built out of all this. Once you've moved her from something that's called, I would say, disquiet, or you're feeling, get past that, discover what you really want and what you believe in, and move towards that for you, because that's the next part of your journey in terms of who you are as a person on your life path. And I'm getting any time from now, actually, in terms of really reconnect and really enjoying yourself. I'm seeing this as an important date. The 10th to the 4th is an important period for reconnecting with people from your past, and you're going to have people from your past coming towards you. And they're coming to a couple of ways. So there seems to be a romantic with somebody who's a very solid character there with you. And then there's a couple of things going on. So you're going to have a path. So you seem to be having a choice. 3 scenarios, let's put it that way. And then the scenarios you want to do next. So there's coming up, there's the moving away from, it seems to have not been the easiest. A bit of a stonker for quite a few people. You know, it's so many big planets moving around. chain house, causing angles with everything in our that we've all been going through a bit of a stir, and quite a few of us will be heaving a sigh with 2018. Get me. Yeah, but I mean, the planets don't stop on New Year's Eve, obviously, but so yeah, job applications, change of lifestyle almost coming toward of people who will continue with you on your life journey after New Year's Eve. It's the 14th of December. Look out for those questions. Love and light. Lovely, Claire. I'm going out tomorrow night on the 23rd of September. How's he feeling about me and each other for a few months? What's to come? Chapter 79. Ooh. Well, you've got a good composition going, sun sign wise, but there's more going on. There's kind of karma, incarnation stuff, all that sort of stuff when we meet people. And we often we know them or we know them very well. The fact that a couple of months is usually a lovely sign. It's a sign of solidity. But let me just have a look. I use the Psyche of the Heart for these lovely questions because it's more of an oracle deck. A few different cards in here, but it's just a picture of the land. Let's have a wee looky. Okay, so this is all to do with kind of, how it's happening. There's no drawing on this one. There's a mix of true, but there's also a mix of something that's creating a little bit of challenge. Lovely, but you do have the star at the end. You also have sitting in the middle of it. It seems to be there's something has been a relationship. It's got a real opportunity to blossom, but it does involve one of you feeling less isolated. So it's all, even though you're in the relationship, and by the question, there's still uncertain. So there's perhaps why you feel uncertain about this and what's this. Also, there's a lot of love in it, but mix going on between willpower, how things are done, and who's doing all the giving here. And I'm picking up giving. This is a woman thing or a girl thing. There's a lot more giving side than there is. There seems to be a little bit of madness going on, and that might well be the way he's built, and what he's seen child and how he's learned that relationships handle. But give me a sec, I'm just having another quick look for you, darling. Yeah. There's, things seems to have been undermining it. It should be a happy home, but there's something pulling away, niggling away on it. There's a potential for security and abundance, but there is like something in relationship just has to let go of, and perhaps it's the uncertainty to let go of so that you can blossom, both of you. Relationship that shows up at the end of the other card, star is there, and it's a card of like your bigger people together. Your bigger people were when you first met, and then you've got the stars. So whatever difficulties you're going through, they will resolve. A little bit of truth speaking has to go on here. So I hope that's useful for you, my darling question. Right, a star. Lovely Claire, 8760. Please may I have a reading for the remainder of December. What do you see coming in for me? How will Christmas shape up? Thanks so much. Thanks so much, dear. Long time no here. Right, give me a sec. Have a look again. Yeah, I like these cards because they're happy, positive, and my goodness, I don't know if you can see the side of my window here with Christmas lights up, but hey, it is pitch black out. Yeah, we're up in Scotland. It's like, or Norway, where that laughter, where everything gets dark. We get up in the dark. We actually pass half the afternoon in the dark. And second, sweetheart, right, there's issues coming towards you, or you're in, and there's this one. Ta-da! Ace of Wands. I love it. Such a lovely card. It's about love. Love. There is love coming towards you. You're in the magician phase, so you can now manage what you want. There's been kind of ups and downs. Things have been. This seems to be the Scorpio reading of being a bit sticky, but they are going to improve. There is an opportunity coming towards you as well. And then there's the moon, where there are several meanings, but in this case I would say the moon is if you find out who you are. So how is this going to shape up? Well, first of all, there's opportunity to make Christmas what you would like. So whenever you get a social invite, grab it. There's also an opportunity for love and happiness through Christmas. It's about finding your confidence in those issues again and letting your heart open again, because a lot of us just batten down. We have what some people call the atrophied heart. We get a bit battered and bruised, and we don't open up enough to let other people in. In terms of Christmas, again, this is, because we're working in such a short time frame, I think it's 3 weeks today, isn't it? Yeah. There's stuff happening from the 12th December, 12th through to the 18th. That seems to be related to either work or social networks. In terms of love coming towards you, there's love coming towards you. I'm seeing Christmas Day, Boxing Day onwards. So that seems to be after you've done the family stuff, there's love coming in your direction. There seems to be either something in the evening that you're invited to, or there's a couple of evening kind of jollies with friends that you haven't seen in ages. That seems to be where love is going to appear for you. There's also kind of somebody who's already interested in you, tall and blonde, is what I'm picking up here, but is hanging back. They're not sure if you're interested in them. So if you know anybody who's tall and blonde, and his name begins with M, I'm picking up an M here. I'm picking up a Martin, actually. Mark, Martin. Or if you know a Mark or Martin, that is the path towards love for you at the Christmas season. So hang on in there and enjoy it. And thanks for your question. Love and light. Mystical.com. Claire, please. Love reading. What do you see for me? Love and light, Daisy. Taurus. Right, Daisy. I love your name. It's such a sweet name. The daisy is such a beautiful flower in flower remedies, and it's all sweet and sunny. Such a great thing. Right, give me 1 minute. Here we go. Ooh, well, this is interesting. You have the sun sitting in the middle of your reading, my darling. The sun is always a happy card. It brings light, it brings joy, abundance, everything you could want for. And there is abundance coming towards you. There's a new chapter coming. Life has been it's all a bit like you've had to be careful, and some people have been eating away at either your resources or your confidence. There's a new start coming as well. Ooh, interesting. It seems to be connected with the sun. So if you're meeting, when we have sun appears as a couple of things. First of all, it can be one of the fire signs. So it could be more likely a Leo or a Saggy, but sometimes an Aries. So if you meet somebody who's a sun sign with that, but also the sun is shining right over the spread. So what it talks about is new beginnings, certainty, happiness. There is a sadness that needs let go of. Again, this is Scorpio. We're also heading into the dark moon. This is when you would let go of that stuff. Just make a mental note or write a letter to yourself and set fire to it, or you can bury it, or you can chuck it in the river. That's good old folklore for you. There is a new chapter. Let go of the old and let the new come in, because the new is sitting there and it'll fill you with kind of childlike wonder. It'll make you feel like a teenager again, which is rather lovely. So in terms of when and where, I'm hearing January, February more for this. So although Christmas is going to be a very busy time and a social time, it's actually the new year. It's when the flowers, it's not the daisies, although the daisies are a sign of spring, but it's actually the snowdrops and the aconite when they appear. It depends where you live. They can appear from the 14th of January onwards, or if you're up here, it's about 20th of February. We have such a late spring. Yeah, it's a nice one, darling. Don't over Christmas, because it is coming your way, January. And it's a settled one, and it has made it that 2 is several meanings. 2 mean your secret syrup, what you need from a relationship, know how to give to a relationship, you want. And so it's none of this kind of lightweight stuff. This one seems to be more than a lightweight, and it's heading your way. So love and light, and thank you for your question. Hi. Right, Moon 774. I love your names today. You're gorgeous. Please could you look into coming in for me? Thanks. 22772. Yes, lovely. Thank you very much. Let's have a quick look. The reason I shuffle little cards actually is I have little hands. I'm shuffling big ones, but I can't shuffle them terribly. I can do a poker shuffle, some people on the show. Queen Leolie being one of those cards just takes my breath away. Yeah. Get me in, my love. Okay. New love. New love is coming. There's quite a lot of news. It's coming via old friends. What's up when your old friends say, you've been through something that's really kind of taken depths to deal with it, and it's all having to cross kind of boundaries or issues that maybe you thought you wouldn't have to deal with, but you not successfully. It's coming quickly. Watch out for somebody who might try to kind of lose. There also seems to be institution. Pay attention to detail on this one, because the institution in these cards, it sometimes needs. There's a couple of cards that talk about marriages, romance, and one of them is also either that or it's connected to a place that you go in and out of that's kind of institutionalized. But there's the lucky roll of the dice coming with really sweet, because when you get that, oops, sorry. I love jumpers. There's your jump. I mean, the fish. The fish is about health and security. The fish are with you. sounds a bit, doesn't it? The fish are with you, as opposed to the force be with you. The fish are with you. Your way, it's coming end of December. Or so if you've got a Hogmanay, as we call it up here, a New Year's Eve party invite, anything from New Year onwards, pay serious attention. It's almost like the universe is switching after New Year. It's like there's a big shift going on. Partly because a lot of the planets are going direct, and Venus is whizzing about, moving signs, and Mercury, I'm trying to think, Jupiter's just headed into Aries, so if you're a Sagittarius or have anything affected by happy, jolly Jove. Yeah. So yeah, new year for you, my dear. And pay attention, and do take the, don't just say, nah, I'm doing my hair. Actually go out and enjoy it. So thanks for your question. Love and light. Mystical.com. Claire, I'm seeing this weekend with my partner as it's his birthday. Looking forward to seeing me as I am here. What do you see around Christmas time for us? Anything's happening. Okay. 16th of the 8th. Kiss. Let me have a wee look, darling. Christmas. Change cards. Let's have a look at Christmas. Christmas is going to be sweet. Actually, you know, this is a quiet person you're with. The person who, I don't know, his outside doesn't look too exuberant either. By that, I'm not being critical, I'm just being quick. You know, this person wraps it. It's almost a Cancer or Cancer moon. He's very self-protective. He's almost, because you're asking the question again, he's not that demonstrative, and he leaves you sometimes feeling a bit kind of, oh, what's happening? Well, don't worry about it, because you've got the solar plexus and the heart chakra, and you've also got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is about the fizz, the sparkle, the new vitality, a gift of passion coming your way. We'll stop talking about passion and we'll carry on here. But there's you know, this person does need encouragement in terms of, you know, need a bit of a poke in terms of reaching, you know, letting them feel secure. If you let them feel secure, he'll know that there's nothing to be worried about. Seems to operate from either previous experience or a fear-based thing where things have not gone well, so consequently there's a kind of lack of optimism of other things going well. I've had a relationship with somebody who was extremely controlling in the past, consequently kind of anticipates their in relationships subconsciously. And when people are like that, they just get a little bit unemotionally attached. You know, it's like you can't really speak to them, you can't deal with them because they're so off from you. So yeah, as well, he does look forward to seeing you. I'm just having a look at these two. Ask him what's going on. I think that's the clearest piece of advice I can give you at the moment. Ask. You know, that heart is good to happen. Again, I called it truth speaking or speaking truth to other. At some point, you move social niceties and you do ask a question. You know, how are they? How are they feeling? What are they looking forward to? What sort of thing? Because it's a position of strength for you. If there's been issue in the past with this person that are holding back from being loving and affectionate, By asking, you'll find out, and it'll move you to a different level. He is quietly very, very keen and pleased, but he is on another level that just tells him, oh, so, you know, it's like screaming submarine sirens. It's all going to go wrong. It isn't all going to go wrong, but he needs persuaded of that. He also needs persuaded that you love him. And you know what? The L word is quite superficial in many ways, but there are other ways of showing it. If he get himself to say the L word, you'll know by his gestures and his actions, darling. Well, thank you for your love and light. Right, we have Audrey, Lisa, and Lucy available to speak to you on the phone. We're working from home today. We have Sarah. We've got me when I had longer hair that wasn't bright red. We've also got, she said, waiting for the names, Ruby and Sarah. And we've got Joe's fab. Yeah, Joe in Thailand's available. I'm not sure who this is. She said, there's Crystal. Yeah, there's Crystal's here. And Joanna's got, whoa, snap up Joanna. Joanna's available. Yeah, the astrological insight this lady has, superb. Trisha Hudson's also available. Gail Marie. Audrey's fab in terms of insight that she brings to and wisdom. And Marissa. And then we've got Lucy again. So there's quite a few, you know, you can add, or yeah, and there's me available as well. More than welcome to phone me, even though I'm doing the presenting bit. And we've also got the new app. We've got Calm that you can now get from the App Store, free to download. And there's an offer on, here you go, it's on your screens. Very easy, you can text us directly, it's cheaper. You have full spending and it's free to register and easy to use. Plus, you can get it on Google Play. If you're not App Store on your phone, you can get it on Google Play. Fabulous. It's great. It's like, I think Richard calls it a psychic in your pocket. It's excellent, you know. Little psychics in your pocket. That's us. We're the elves. No, we're not. It must be the Christmas thing. It's Will Ferrell and Elf. I love that movie. Right. Hi, Claire. New colour suits me. Thank you. It's fab. I'll tell grandchild then. I don't like that. Will the love of my life arrive this year or next? Please. Thank you, Aries. Kiss, kiss. Listen, Aries, what if I say your love of your life's arriving in 3 years? You'll have me shot down in flames. Let me have a quick chat with them. What knows the guides? Let me just give me a second. Summer. That's there you go. Summer, honey. This summer love of life is arriving. The reason you've got a long trajectory is that they're just gearing up for it. You know, there's things that they have to finish. They're not quite free yet. They will be. They're actually getting their vibration into a level that they're looking for love. And also it seems to be geography. There seems to be a bit of geography. I'm seeing the M6 here. Not that I drive it that often, but I'm seeing the M6. There seems to be something to do with the M6 and a bit of a drive. Yeah, from Carlisle south is what I'm getting. This person either drives a lot for a living or they've been up there for a reason, or if you're here, they've been down there for a reason. But they seem to be heading south and heading towards you. There's wrap-up stuff. Christmas is going to be jolly and fun. It doesn't mean that you have to live like a nun. You don't have to have one of these kind of very quiet lives, but you can if you want. But, you know, just enjoy. Get your heart vibration on the go-go, you know. It's carry rose quartz or aventurine, carry the green and pink crystals, the crystals of love around with you. Just get it working for you, because often when we do meditations, we look at our chakras and you can see things are just going a bit slowly. You know, your heart chakra isn't quite going the way it should be, or it isn't the color it should be. You know, sometimes it can be a bit muddy. You vibe up. Your vibe is already rising. The guys are telling me the vibe's rising really, really well in things that you are out, and they are working for you. Let's have a quick look. I love my ride. Always jump out my hands. Ta-da! There you go. 9 of Cups. Make the wish, darling, because the wish will come true. That is the wishing card in tarot. And look for, yeah, you've also been through it. Yes, you and him. Her have been through it. It's been a bit blinding. It could hit you like a lightning bolt, this love. There's just a bit of kind of mental blocks to it. So remove your mental block and get your mojo back. You want this lady, this Queen of Cups. She's the fiery queen. She's the fiery, passionate lady. Don't love to appear. And that is a love cup appearing. So yes, summer honey, get your mojo on. What do you do to feel or make yourself outwardly beautiful? Carry a few pink crystals. Make a moon list. Actually, go with a new list of what you would like. Make it feasible, or tiny steps, but go with a new moon on the 7th. I think it's 7:20 in the morning. Make your list and see what starts happening for you. Work with the moon. She knows the best. Love and light. Thanks for your question. Hello, Claire. How does Mark Leo feel? Says yes. Will he reach out today? Love and light. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Mark feel? Mark's feeling a bit bamboozled, darling. It's not that he doesn't want to be bamboozled. Something's really, caught his ear, caught his eye. It was news to him. Thing that he wasn't expecting it. A lot of us actually accidentally hibernate this time of year. We don't mean to hibernate, but we do physically start hibernating. That's been interesting. There is a new start, and there's also luck coming with this. You've got two luck things happening here. There was a lucky roll of the dice. There was a chance. You took the opportunity. And there's also the clover, which means out of difficulty, because it looks like Mark's got the stuff to deal with rather than you. There are some formal things that he has to deal with. There's a bit of travel. The things might also involve kind of other issues involving new starts, fresh starts, or children, and security. So this is new for him. It's an interesting one. How does he feel? Breathless is what I'm hearing. He feels a bit breathless. And what will he do next? Well, he will act on it by the sounds of things, by the looks of things, because of this one, sweetheart. That's the shamrock. The shamrock brings luck. Just give him time, okay? Just give him time. Give him a couple of days' time. Don't worry about it. Just stay upbeat and happy. That's what he likes you for anyway. So love and light. Thanks for your question. Right, Claire, love reading for December. Any details? Thanks, J Virgo. Kiss, kiss. I will do, my darling. Just give me a sec. I'm just shuffling these up properly. 2, 6. Love reading December. Let's see. Okay, 1 week. Yep, there's somebody. There's a somebody. There's an emotional depth coming with the somebody. Ooh, and there's the love of your life. Sort of sun appearing. That's interesting. The sun, security. Yep, detail. Right. Okay, social life. Yeah, well, it's not surprising we get cards that talk about social life. It's that time of year where if you're not having Hanukkah, you're having Christmas. If you're not having Christmas, you're having Yule, depending on which path you're following. There is a somebody coming towards you, and they're already on the way. They're almost here because the card has shown up first. There's a big emotional connection. This is a DP, as in a deep one. And there's the sun. And again, the sun has appeared beside a difficulty. There has been a difficulty in this person's life. And it's relating to their security and stability and where they put down their roots. So this seems to be a family difficulty that has appeared. When they appear, just pay attention to detail with them. Listen carefully, because it's going to be very social, quite noisy. You're going to be out with people who might be some people might be a wee bit two-faced about this. Yeah. Pay attention to detail when you meet them. Like if they try and write their phone number across your hand or take a screenshot of your phone number, make sure that they got it. Don't let them ride off into the sunset without it. It seems to be in a social setting, a very social setting. If people are being difficult around you, just bypass them. Give them a huge body swerve, yeah? That's to me, I'm picking up kind of drunk bar scene. Not that you go to a bar where people get seriously drunk, but 'tis the season. People get ridiculously drunk around about Christmas, Body swerve any difficulties or any people that aren't being helpful, because this one has turned up for you as well. This seems to be card of the day. I love that card. That's the Ace of Wands. It keeps appearing. I'm using 3 different decks, by the way, so the statistical probability of that happening is quite great. It's not common for it to keep popping out. Love will appear. if you're a bit leery, just be careful. Make sure that he or she gets your phone number, my darling. And love and light. Thanks for your question. Okay, and we have a lot of wonderful people with Joe and Sarah and Ruby available. You can reach them through mystical.com, the app, or you can reach by phoning their PIN numbers. We also have Crystal and Dawn Aurora, and we have Joanna Scott's available. Yeah, PIN number 4601. You want astrology? Joanna, amazing. Frida Joy and Tricia Hudson are also available. We have, I think that's, she said, looking at PIN numbers. We have Ree and Gail Marie and Audrey. Audrey's wonderful. She's so peaceful. She's so gentle, lovely. Also Marissa, very, very skilled on all sorts of astrology. And Lucy, Psychic Lucy, 6227. We also have Sarah. We have Ruby, by the looks of it. Yeah, we have Ruby available. So you have a nice choice there, folks. If you want to call in with a question and speak to somebody, you know, we keep it zipped. What happens on the phone stays on the phone, basically. It's like Vegas rules, you know. We also have Mystical.com app, which is free to download, available on Google Play. And it's great because you get your readings cheaper if you're using the app. And you also get introductory offers on it. Yeah, top up your readings and phone the app. Right, another one. Will I see or hear from PR over the weeks? Thanks. Gemini, he's an Aries. How does he feel about you now? Gemini. You're a Gemini, he's an Aries. Aries are usually, you know, it's funny, they've got this reputation of being like, you know, rams, that they just jump into things feet first, you know, through the glass door with their horns sort of thing. I've met a lot of Aries that aren't like that at all. I mean, they must have had very quiet moons or suns attached to their sun sign. You're a Gemini. I have a Gemini in the family, the chatty Gemini, the full of inspiration, absolutely top fun Gemini people. Give me a sec, darling. Let's see what's happening. Okay. Okay. There's an opportunity to shine. There seems to have been, again, theme of the day. There seems to have been tricky issues in the past that have caused you to have to wait, almost like someone else is interfering in the relationship. But the sun, and this is a different sun, but it's the same sort of meaning. This is the sun, gives you the opportunity to shine. So the whole relationship is bringing you the opportunity to shine. Will you hear from him? Yes, you will. He's just got to get his head round things because there's a coming together card here. That's nice. That's the Two of Cups in the other decks. That, for me, is the deep connection with somebody card. We have slightly different meanings because we all read it intuitively as well. But yeah, and there is going to be the opportunity to meet up. And it's possibly a formal do, you know, it's like Christmas parties or something you've been invited to. And again, the star has appeared. That means that this is a nice one. It gives you both the opportunity to walk away from wounding that you've had or any patterns that you learned since you were younger or watched that, you know, make you feel uncertain or unhappy. This one has got the opportunity to change things for you both. So it's like a spa relationship, you know, where, yeah, you just relax into the foamy bubble bath sort of thing. One of those relationships. Nice, easy, gentle. So yeah, you will hear from him over the coming week. You'll hear from him round about Friday, I would say. Friday, Saturday. How do you feel about you? He's feeling warm and fluffy inside. Now, as a guy, you never would say, I feel like I'm wearing fluffy slippers, but as a girl, you know exactly what I mean. You know, fluffy frou-frou slippers, that sort of thing. He's wearing pink on the inside. It's lovely. He's just chilled. So good luck with that. That seems to have a really nice glow around it. The energy I'm seeing around the pair of you is a nice glow. It's a pretty kind of warmth. And it gives you security that neither of you have had for, which I think is lovely. So just relax into it, love bath, and enjoy it. Hey Claire, I've had a manager to discuss a new project. Weapon, any details about the project? Lovely. G, 2381. Okay, meeting with last new project. What I'm getting, and this is not to do, well, the SG would say things are not quite smooth till at least Boxing Day. The astrology of the times. I mean, look at the amount of tech crashes that everybody's had, from billboards on popular dance shows, problems to everything just going slightly way up. That's the Mercury retrograde. It lets us reconsider things. Next is, when will the meeting happen? I got the 17th, about the 17th, 18th. So that's there'll be some preliminary meeting from the 10th. I'm getting here. The new project, when will it happen? When will the meeting happen? Details about it. The project's a little bit delayed, and it seems to be delayed to do with earlier logistic issues. Some things that weren't quite detailed or costed out in the process, what I'm hearing. That has blame attached to it. I don't know if you work for a organisation, they're certainly nicer to work for. Blamed when things are delayed. They're all something to do with the location of the project, and there's something to do with specialists. So it's a little bit delayed, just not too bad yet. It's obviously in a big institution, and you are waiting news. Let's see. Some stuff has to be, it looks like there's going to be revisions, project revisions going on, but again, that's a no blame thing. And there's a slightly reorienting in terms of what the plans are going to be. There also to be somebody else in the planning cycle that's going round in circles, so that's not helping. It's not deliberate, it's just like nobody quite understands what the other is saying. And again, that can be a feature of Mercury retrograde, which is where we're at. That people just don't get each other, they get the messages to each other, they just don't know what each other is saying. But like, come the new year, this will be the stars that kind of open up. There'll be rapid news and also travel towards it. So the projecting seems to grind on rather slowly under the influence of the planets until the end of December. New year, new desk, new times. That's when things seem to take off for it. And by that point, everybody's got on paper what they need. There might be a further delay around about April as to when things actually start. I hope that's a view, Starling. Love night. Mr. Cole TV. Hi, Claire. How will the rest of December go for me? Love and light. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Sally. 1 second. Let's have a look at the rest of December. Rest of December. Things are going to go well. You're going to be a bit kind of run off your feet. It looks like you have a lot to do in December. It looks like you do a lot of things home and community-wise, that your feet will barely touch the ground, and Boxing Day will be a day of rest. It shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't be like that. Boxing Day used to be a day where people went and got alms given out to them. There was kind of 12 days of Christmas instead of 1 day of Christmas. I'm all for the 12 days, by the way. I think it's much easier to do 12 days of Christmas instead of 1 day. 1 day is just a bit bonkers. Right, so how's it going? Let's see, rest of December. All right, there is something new that's going to be happening, and there's going to be news appearing. There are clouds on horizons, but don't worry about it, because if there's something that looks as though it's a bit bleh, and that's the only way to put it, do not worry about it. Just rise up, find the silver lining, and keep going, above the clouds like angels. Just let that grind you down. This is interesting because we have what looks like something consolidated. It's either a relationship consolidated or something that you're very committed to, because there's a commitment ring has appeared, and then a garden of happiness and security. So I would say if you were looking, if you're looking at a relationship, there's something round about Christmas that moves it on a gear. If you're not in a relationship, there's something coming towards you that brings that real niceness, the ring on the finger of the princess or the prince sort of thing. There's also great social and happy times, and then there's also security, so there's abundance, so you don't need to worry about resources or where you're going, but there's also emotional happiness. So I'm hoping that makes sense to you, because it looks lovely to me. It looks really nice. And that's the rest of December. Yeah, and it's all kind of gearing up. I would say around about Christmas week. This all looks really super fun. I don't know if you've got a week off or something, or you've got a holiday, or you're with somebody that you're very fond of. It seems to gear up round about Christmas week, and by Hogmanay, or by New Year's Eve, there's a whole kind of different vista opening up. It's deeper, it's happier, it's more successful, and it's more abundant. That's all I can say. Go for it, enjoy it, and thank you very much for your question, Sam. Love and light. So I'm just looking at who's on the screen in front of me. There's lovely people. There's Audrey, Gil Marie, Marissa, Psychic Lucy are all available. Me of the old days. I'm available too on my phone. You can phone us or you can use the app. You can text in and get back-to-back texts with psychics waiting to take your text and answer your queries by text. If you use the app, it's cheaper. There's a lot of kind of promotions on that make it easier to use. It's very simple to use. You just download it from the App Store, or you can use it, get it from Google Play, and it's free to download. There's Joe's available, and Crystal, and Joanna Scott's available, free to join. Kevo's come online, that's great, Kevo, if you want a male perspective. There's Ree, and there's also available. And then there's Gail Marie. Lovely. Audrey. Yeah, Audrey's lovely. I know I big up Audrey, but I love looking to Audrey work. Marissa is audible. And Psychic Lucy is here too. And then there's me. Yeah, and then there's me. Right, sorry, get work here. Hi Claire, is Frank really in me? Why does he hold back? Will this ever change thanks to switch decks? Now the reason I'm saying switch decks is these are the nitty gritty blunt decks. Right back. Will this ever change? Indeed. Yes. All right. Yes and no. I'm getting there's a kind of dual thing. He doesn't seem entirely free to make a move, darling. If this is a work thing, there's a couple of things holding back. Number one is work. Two is home life holding him back. It's not that he just what I call an eggshell, or somewhere you never know where you stand with them. You're always constant eggshells. It's more to do with he has constraints on his time and the way he lives his life, and maybe he has early straight. He's also got to go through. So I don't know whether he thought out where he was in a previous relationship and how he feels, but. Yeah, it seems to be like he's on his own. There's an only space, as in you're on your own at the moment while he deals with this stuff. And it's also about sorting his stuff out. And then there's there's like confronting difficulties from the past that makes it all just a little bit sticky. For you, in terms of where you're at, it's a spread your wings relationship. It's also a blue one. And I have to say, you have about Arcana sitting here, so that's the numbers of 6. It is going to work, but it just takes a little bit of working at. I'm not convinced, because my guides are saying this, I'm not convinced it's going to work with Frank. It looks like it's going to work with someone else rather than Frank. There is someone really there for you. He is interested in you in as much as he can be. You've got a jumper. Hang on a minute. Control is actually the old name card of strength. This is about your need and what you want. Well, it looks like he might err, but I'm not picking up that this is anything. So perhaps change your focus elsewhere, darling, because there is somebody there for you trotting through the ether towards you. So hold that in your head, open your heart, have a think about your priorities, which is that. Reprioritizing. How do you want life? What do you want to do? Where do you want to do it? And that's a special time when you get a hermit card, because it can be in a relationship you do that, but doing it on yourself, and then you come out, you've got this brand new start, trust and jump. And trust and jump, you take care of mystical.com. Claire, what can you tell me anything on him and Aiden? Kiss, kiss, G. It's interesting. The number 50 is out towards me. Yeah, I'm getting a softing here. I'm getting a Kevin here. Somebody that's seems to do some sort of it's like bowling or something, not lawning. Yeah, I've seen 2 images, so I've got kind of bowling alleys plus lawn bowling. The new man to overwork. This is a classic men overworking, and then they relax, and then they just fall asleep at the Christmas period. To overwork. He also seems to either work travelling about or he's running something. Meet him. You're not going to meet him at the bowling, even though one place that you might meet him. He seems to be quite as well. He seems to, he likes, I'm seeing rugby pitches and football pitches up here. So it seems to like footy, like rugby. Hope you do. Good idea of a good time. Seems to have a car, if that's of any help. And yeah, a busy person, but it seems to be that week shut down for Christmas. Actually gets a break, and this is where you're going to kind of meet him. You're going to meet him somewhere. It seems countrified, either country pubs, country club, pubs or lanes or dog walking, that sort of place. Not in cities at all. So in terms of being available, yes, would be divorced and has children from previous relationships. That's abuse. And yeah, the guys are saying this is a good catch. Maybe they don't normally use phrases like that. Like my darling, and I hope that's that. Walking around country lanes, even if you do take care. So yeah, so who have we got? We've got Poppy. Poppy's got either experience. Ruby's available. I'm going to say Pink Lotus, but I know that's not Pink Lotus name. Psychic Lotus, there you go. Pink Lotus, just lovely name. Jo in Thailand. Anna Scott's available. She's wonderful. They're all wonderful. They're all a different approach because we all came at this different. We've all done different kind of paths in learning and career development. Bring a kind of wealth of University of Life plus this sort of stuff with us, the side stuff that most of us got born with or refuse to acknowledge for quite a long time, very old like me. Anyway, Claire, would you please tell me how RB feels about no contact at the Mo, Gem Girl? Oh, no contact, that's not on, is it? RB's in his own on their own little planet, basically. That's where RB is at. Planet RB, it's like Planet Claire, which is a great song, by the way. But yeah, RB's on little islands. Yeah, islands, and it's not like he's on holiday in the tropics. He's an island. She's an island. It's like they could make the approach, quite know how to do it. They move it on, but they're not sure they're ready or want to. You could manifest something. Yeah, there is love though. Yeah, there is love coming through. No fact at the Mo. It's like RB's in a development phase, creating what RB wants next, and that's the reward. And also turned up, so it looks like there is love there. It's just not being in contact doesn't help. You could take the lead because you are seen as the Empress, and when you get the Empress, she's like the real woman. She's everything anybody ever wanted in a woman or a man. Let's be gender neutral here, but the Empress is essential, turns up the goodies, does a good party, is a free person, which is what people like, many people like. There's the opportunity to get it all going though, because you have discs, so on the physical level it can actually get to grips. There'll also be some choices to be made. New starts, I think. I'm picking new starts. RB is a bit conflicting. You have the new start, even though there's often the opportunity for love with someone, but not the chemistry's off. It's actually the timing. Mark doesn't catch. You know how you hear people who used to be school or secondary school, 10 to 30 years, they meet again, the spark really. Sometimes it's that sort of thing, but there's a lot of potential in that. It's just a question of when is the love. I'm not seeing a big delay. It's actually catching the fire with that one and get it. Perhaps take the lead on it with them. And good luck with it, darling. Hello, Claire. Hello, Scorpio. But will it work out in the end? It's fine. Does not want to talk long. Thanks, Gemini. Well, for Gemini, you want to talk it out. I'm not being cruel here. They roll these Scorpios. They don't talk. Hence, they're plutonic. They're dark. They're stingy. You know, never get into an R Scorpio. Our family is a few Scorpios. You always lose, especially if you're a true. You know, we're simple souls. Not simple souls, you know, and they are complex, they are complicated, deep. They do the underworld, you know, and yeah, I get why he's not talking about it. Let's have a wee look and see that. Let's have a quick look. It's feeling like hard work at the moment. Don't feel hopeless with it, just relax. Yep, it's cultural as well. Love and light. RB New Zealand. Our Scorpio can come out their shell. They've been stagnating. And this is a teaching relationship. It's an opportunity. Yeah, the love is there. They're just not very good at showing it. It's about opening up. You know, hitting that Scorpio talk. I mean, these guys are game players, you know. They don't mean to. They're just born with it. They're born with a skill set that reads about it. They can be very controlling, the freaky, or you get the Virgos who are control freaky, but the Scorpios have. So getting it out of them is there. It is there, buried away, but it might be the end of that stingy tail that they have. They also tend to scuttle, so you don't get a lot of fast movement about the Scorpion, as it were, which is Scorpius in the sky and Scorpio come from. They're a bit like the crab, these water signs, enormously deep. I mean, beyond the depths that most of us can fathom. But yeah, it is in there. It's just winkling out of them. So I hope that's of help, darling. Love and light. Right, Claire, I'm seeking you. Getting worried as I haven't found anything yet. You will. What do you see around this? Yes, you will. I'm seeing January, March. You will. Now, January could easily the recruitment call. Okay. March is the kind of new announcement period. So from January, a lot of the recruitment just almost shut off over Christmas when they recruit in this part of the world, unless you're looking abroad. And then recruitment is all year, you know, it doesn't stop for Christmas. I'm picking up there's a bit of movement. It might be within a radius of 20 miles. It might involve a bit of commute, but there is a job waiting for you, a name on the top of the file, okay? Because I don't offer things like that. There is a job. It is there. Or saying it's there. It's say out of your company, but apply for it anyway. So when you look at the description of what they want, and you tick 8 boxes, just go and find out what the other 2 boxes and the 10 do. Okay, you will have that skill set. You might not have practiced it very much, so don't worry about it. In terms of where I'm seeing, this is odd because we had the M6, we're having an M6 day, but I'm seeing the Midlands. But there's also opportunities towards Kent. Yeah. This is there'll be a company that has opportunities, you know, in the southeast, Midlands. I'm also seeing where I'm hearing southwest, but I'm not meaning southwest. I'm seeing not actually Liverpool area. Yeah. So it's a company that has several opportunities. It's a question of where do you want to go. If you wait where you are at the moment, be a bit of travelling to the job. Pay attention to the jobs boards January the 2nd, okay? Get over New Year and then get them or line them up now. Tidy up your CV, which is all common sense advice. Line up skill set look at what you want instead of settling for what you can do. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. You might have a skill set with a whole bunch of stuff, but you might settle for something that's quite run-of-the-mill and does one or two things. You don't want that. You want something that really expands you and really brings you joy and happiness to work. So look there. As I said, jobs boards. And also look, I'm picking up academics. Now, this sounds odd, but academic jobs now have everything. If you look at academic sites, they have everything from mental health counselling involved in them to student support, to learning support, to teaching, to mentoring. There's a whole lot of things. I don't know why that's being shown to me, but there's always a reason when I get shown things. I'm also being shown things like Indeed, who, again, they have a range of jobs that you wouldn't expect to be there, but a lot of people are using these monster search engines to advertise them. So have a look. Good luck with that. Remember, your name is already on someone's file in the ethers. And be confident. Love and light. That's your question. Okay, we have P available, and we have Ruby, and we have Sarah up. We have Psychic Lotus, I think. She still wants to call that Pink Lotus. It's such a lovely... Yeah, Psychic Lotus is here. Joe Giggle or Joanna Scott. You don't often get the chance to talk with Joanna. She's so busy. Give her a ring. Trisha's around. Kevo is great. If you want to speak to Kevo, is there. Frieda's there. Trisha's there. Audrey's available. Audrey, everybody's working from home. Marissa. Let's see. Who else is coming up? Psychic coming up. I'm probably coming up as well. Oh, nice. Sally Fist is around as well. Again, there's people available today who you don't see turning up. So if you want some real insight into your question, Poppy, she said Crystal, cars here. Give them a ring, either using their names or phone in using their PIN number. Mystical.com, the app, is available to download for free. You can either get it at the App Store or you can get it from Google Play. Makes life much easier actually than trying to faff around on the phone or dial in from your phone. If you've got the app on your phone, really easy. It's the psychic in your pocket, as Mr. Oliver says. It's great. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see who else is here. Yeah. Audrey, Marissa, and Lucy, and Sally France. Recognize the picture. As I was saying earlier, there's a whole range of skill sets here. We've all done years and years. I mean, I've been reading cards, 20 years. I've been reading sorts of cards. I work with archangel cards. I work with oracles, which are different. My lovelies here, which people love, the fortune telling ones. These are Lenormand. They're great. You do a quick nine card spread. Celtic cross spreads. They're about 11 to 15 cards. Give you a depth reading. We also tune in guides. We work with crystals. That's my skill set, but other people also have another range of abilities and kind of styles. We all have different styles. I have the kind of the blunt and Scottish style of reading cards. I always think it's better to up than to downlift. You should never leave people feeling dispirited or downhearted. Never. If we get to what I call a bummer card, we keep going, because the challenge appearing in life, we want to know why it's there. We want to know where it's going. We're not just going to stop and go, which I've had done to me by other, by readers, in various places, because we all go to other readers as well. And we have people offering to read our cards, which actually I'm quite picky about. Like, it's okay, I'll read them over your shoulder for you, yeah. The other thing is, depending on what tradition you've come from, you have different interpretations on the cards. So you might see one of us describe a card like this. You'll say, but wait, hang on, this describes that card as that. It's how you read. They're all a set of images designed to kind of stimulate your storytelling, your imagination, and your kind of psychic awareness. You then bring that to the table. And at the moment we have Psychic Sally Francis, we've got me, we've got Poppy, we've got Ruby, Let's see. We've got Sarah. We've got Psychic Lotus. Got it at last. I'm learning. We've got Joe Thailand. Joe gives really lovely readings. We've got Joanna Scott as well. Yeah, lovely readings again. Real detail on astrology. Fabulous. We've got Frida Joy. Got Kill. Pin number 465. Again, get hold of us either by dialing in the pin number or if you can. There you go. Right, a question. Let's have a look. Is Paul Aquarius missing, thinking or missing? What can you see? Thanks, Jax, Virgo, and Aquarius. They have a 3-second attack. You were warned. Also, this little stuff with them. Well, my sign, I feel for you, honey, because we overthink about it a lot. We're very earthy. Aquarians are, if you want the kink in the universe, the Aquarian. You have vivid imaginations, very experimental, very detached. So, if you're getting to a time, you were warned, okay? I have a couple of earth signs and there's rising and there's moon. They don't talk about emotions, just like Skok. Aquarians don't talk about. I have a lot of Aquarian friends. I love they get bored after 3 seconds. Whereas Geminis will hop around subject, but Aquarians, eerie. Yeah, just think eerie. So think mind as a butterfly. So let's have a look at the Aquarian man, and then I'll have a look at Dawn's read and see if there's a new job. Right, Aquarian man. Yes, Aquarian man is thinking of you. Aquarian is going to learn quite a lot from this. You can just detach, darling. Just relax into this, okay? Let as they shoot. There is a little hurdling going on with Aquarian man. You listen to your intuition because the heart chakra is opening up. But just back off. Let them do the shoot the arrows, which is in arrows, planes, travel, and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a nice one that's going to make you feel kind of empowered and stronger. And bring you kind of your natural abilities to the fore. One of the lessons of this is like backing off, even want to hear things or see things. There is love there. There is the love vibe, or is the happy connect. Give it a chance to blossom. Don't Aquarians you're going to watch. You just don't smother them, like cut off the oxygen. Your time, and best of luck with it. Thank you for the question. Right, new job, Dawn. Yeah, Dawn, I was trying to memorise that before it went off screen. Okay, so please see a new job, Dawn. Have a reading. Of course you can, darling. Have a reading, please. See in a new job, Dawn. 337. Yeah, in a new job. The new job being shown to me in the summer. It's like the prep time for the new job start again, January, February. Start, be looking. It looks like a job. It looks like there's a doorstep, a foot over the threshold sort of job coming. So there's the opportunity. I'm not talking about internship where you work for nothing, but I'm talking about jobs where you get it. It's like a friend of a friend mentions this. It's very easy because it's a short thing that doesn't have the long hiring phases that go on with a lot of jobs. And then there'll be something that happens quite instantly after that. In terms of when, I am hearing February. It's almost like put the wishes up there now, darling. Get your kind of head around what you want to do, where you want to do it, and ask the universe to help you out with it. Because there's a bit of a wait. There's also a worry that you will get a job. Don't let that stop you. And don't be kind of what's happened in the past. Let go of any issue work-wise that have affected your confidence. Let that love you. Rise above it. Confidence surface. Again, you might not look at a new year. Look at alternative things. Look at never thought you would do. Look at places you thought you might not work. Again, look at your skill set and don't yourself from the application list, because these jobs, recruiters want to recruit. I mean, I all forget that. The other thing is, and you tend to downplay yourself if you're a man, and I'm not being sexist, you tend to play them, so you can't do it quite yet, but you'll say, whereas a woman will go, oh, no, I can't yet. Yes, you can. And look at what you need to do, and look at what you do, because it's actually in the wish now. What sort of job do you want? Because there is a job coming, you are settled this summer. It looks as though it's much earlier than that, but it looks like it's a custard skip job, job. So you get a job that's an intro, then you have a job that leads to the bigger job, darling. Thank you for your question, and good luck. Right, mystical.com. Hi there. Could I have a reading around love? Series, kiss. Of course you can, my dear. Just give me a sec to shuffle up. Shuffle properly as well. Yep, that's some love reading. Okay. Tuning into intuition on this one, honey. You've got the third eye chakra has appeared. Now that's important because a lot of us will switch off our intuition because we don't want to see things. It doesn't mean to say things are wrong. It just means be very, instead of be afraid, it's be very aware, yeah? There is love coming towards you. There's a Two of Cups landed smack at the beginning of this. It's about intuition. So if you already know somebody's interested in you, you're right, yeah? There's definitely opportunity with this one in terms of this could go to formalities, this could get into a big relationship. The other person has had problems before in that they feel kind of isolated, stuck, It's up to you to manifest the relationship, and that's not you take the lead, it's just want really give it a bit of time to do. Oh, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. I love it. I love the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to show you the Wheel of Fortune. I get so excited when I see this card. This is the Wheel of Fortune in the old reading. And then you have, again, we have the big Spa card of the deck. So yeah, this is a biggie. Whatever's coming towards you is a big one. You have manifestation going on. You have the Wheel of Fortune. You have healing. Trust your instinct. Goodie. It's a serious goodie. You'll know it, honey, because your intuition will be telling you. Love and light. Thank you. Right. Hi all. Fab show. Great. Thank you. We love hearing feedback like that. How is Scorpio? Another Scorpio question. The moon's in Scorpio. That's only Scorpio questions. This is our last week. Will we meet up again this weekend? Thanks. Right, you've got the Scorpio warnings by now. You've all got that, yeah? Yeah, the Scorpio warnings, they're not the easiest, but my God, they're deep. The other thing Scorpios have going for them is they are passionate. They are. Once you get there, you just got to keep swimming down. It's like, they're like the whales. They're not scorpions at all. They're like whales. They're very, You get crabs who scuttle along the top with a hard shell. You've got the Scorpios. Yeah, they're deep people. They're not dolphins. They're more whale. Pick up that analogy. Let's have a look at the Scorpio. How's he feeling here? He's a bit locked up, isn't he? He needs to do your intuition thing. He needs to listen to us rather than listen to his head. Or their head. It's been challenging in the past, and they're needing to kind of get a sense of perspective. Yeah, there's dreams coming true, but there's also control issues going on, and this is either someone that's been in their past or how they learned to love. You don't want to get into control issues. That can just make life messy. Right. Yeah, it's there, okay? There is a something going on there about control. That might just be planet Scorpio, actually. If you can live with it, it can be quite controlling. There's also, a new start for them in terms of an Earth start. So that's a relationship coming for them. So I would say, and there's also dreams coming true for them. So if they can loosen up, and if they can get past their own reserve, hesitation, mind games that they play in their own heads, it'll be great. Yeah, but for you, I think the lesson on this one is courage, honey. Just don't hang about, don't wait. Have a bit of gumption, grace and gumption. There's somebody has that tagline. I love it. Grace and gumption. Yeah. Have a bit of gumption. Don't wait. Don't worry. and see where it goes. It is there, it's just winkling it out of them and getting past the blocks, the mental blocks. They're not yours, they're his. Take care, love and light. Hi, love reading please. Do you see new love coming in or old love coming back? Love and light, Saggy girl. Saggy girl, 1 minute. Not the old love, honey. No, the old love, this is the guides. Yeah, the old love is done. There's nostalgia, there's regret, there could be kind of coming and going. It's so easy because you already have each other's vibration. You already know how the other one rolls, you know. It's very easy to slide backwards because it's comfortable rather than to go forwards. When they are old loves, there's been a couple of planets which have been helping us in some parts of the cosmos revisit old loves. They're coming back to check out how we feel about them now, and also to check about why they are the old love and not new love, or why they aren't still our love. And you often find that when that opportunity presents of the old love, it's because you've grown. Think about it, you've grown. You may often find the old love is stuck in rut. Right, so yeah, you've been round the first card out said, you've done this before. Yes, you have. Yeah, you've been there, done it before. It's now about self-belief, babe, and also the new, because the third card out is the world, and the world talks about, you've done that lesson. You're not going to do it again. You've done it. New world coming towards you. You feel more expanded. You feel more powerful. You're more sure of yourself. Just take time now to relax. You know, just relax. You've got quite a few fours. Fours are about making the structure. Relax. There is going to be growth, and there is a relationship coming. There is a new one coming. And this guy, as a gender neutral person, looks quite formidable, and does the business, knows how to handle themselves, knows how to take care of the goodies, doesn't rely on people either emotionally or financially or anything, knows what they're doing. This person has got their act together, and now they're just hoping that somebody else will reach out. You have 4 fours on this now. This is really interesting. This is all about the Emperor when you get 4. Emperor is the character that does the business. Can be a bit bossy and domineering, but we love them for it, Think of the kind of the fathery figurey persons. Yep. Just get beyond what you're worrying about, because this one has potential with the Emperor. You'll know the Emperor. When you meet an Emperor, you'll know them. Firm handshake, straight, eye gazing, no avoidance of gaze, knows exactly what they're doing, gives you the phone number or takes you home, one of the 3, But yeah, you have a lot of 4s in there. So this is about establishing firm foundations in your life and a future. So yeah, go for the new one, okay? Read my lips, the new one. Love and light. And get over whatever has wounded you in the past. It's over, it's done. Detach, walk away, yeah? The new one. Okay, it's been lovely talking with you guys. We've got Joe and Joanna still available, and Trisha, loads of other people. It's been great speaking to you. And I'm going to hand you back to the studio, which is where I'll be on the phones as well on 6864. Been lovely working for you.
Number 0808 206 7777 puts you straight through to one of our friendly receptionists. Our receptionists know everything there is to know about our psychics and our services. They can let you know about money-saving offers, set you up an account, help you to purchase minutes ready for a reading, and put you through to one of our many available psychics. We also have a special offer only available with our reception team. £4.99 for 15 minutes, available for brand new customers. Terms and conditions may apply. It is simple, safe and easy to use. Call 0808 206 7777 to be put through to receptionist today.
Mystical, your personal psychic web app. You can watch the show live, get direct access to our psychics and their profiles, get your readings cheaper, have full control over your spending, and never miss one of our Mystical exclusive offers. You can send a text from the web app straight to the show, instant message one of our psychics for a quicker, private text response. Read feedback on any of our psychics before calling them. Check the schedule so you know when your favourite psychic is live and your presenter. And we'll even give you a free text to the show every time you top up £5 or more. T's and C's may apply. Register for free and create your profile with Mystic Call at www.mystical.com. Keep it psychic.
The quickest and most direct way to call through and get that personal and private reading is to call us on 0907 004 0033 straight from your landline. Only £1.50 per minute plus your network access charge. Or direct from your mobile on 87777 at only £1.50 per minute. It's discreet, it's easy, and after a short introduction of terms and conditions you can connect through to your chosen psychic.
Is life chaotic and busy? Can't find the time for a psychic reading? Or maybe you want to try a psychic out before going through to them on the phone lines? Texting the show is a quick and easy way to get some guidance. Text TV, leave a space and then put your question and send it to 87777. Only £1.50 per message. And if you've never texted the show before, your first text is free. What are you waiting for? Text the show now. The free phone number 0808 206 7777 puts you straight through to one of our friendly receptionists. Our receptionists know everything there is to know about our psychics and our services. They can let you know about money-saving offers, set you up an account, help you to purchase minutes ready for a reading, and put you through to one of our many available psychics. We also have a special offer only available with our reception team. £4.99 for 15 minutes, available for brand new customers. Terms and conditions may apply. It is simple, safe and easy to use. Call 0808 206 7777 to be put through to receptionist today.
Hello there and welcome to Psychic Interactive. I'm Karen Brown and I am your host tonight. I'm not your psychic, I am your host, so just so you know that. But in the studio I do have lovely psychics for you. But if you are watching for the first time, we are a show for entertainment purposes only. We do want to entertain you, but there is a reason for that we cannot look at readings that cover legal, health, fertility or finance. We have the psychics who will be in the studio tonight and also the psychics who are working from home as well. So we do have a great team of psychics on offer so you can get your readings, also enjoy the show, get interactive, text in, get involved. Also make sure that you do have our Mystical app. We have now just launched an app and you can find it on the Apple Store and also the Google Play. So do have it on your mobile phone. It's a bit like having a psychic in your pocket where you can pull that phone out and you can get a reading whenever you want or watch the show. We have got a few numbers as well. We have got a reception team. So if you do want to go through to our reception team, that is a free phone number. So any questions, any inquiries, anything our reception can talk you through. They can even tell you a little bit about the app. If you're a little bit unsure of getting involved and adding the app, they can talk you through that as well. They know all our psychics. They know all how they work and what they do, the tools that they work with. And the number for reception is 0808 206 7777. So they're there throughout the evening. They won't go anywhere. They stay later than what we do. So you will always have the receptionist to talk to if you want. If you want to use your mobile phone, the number is 87777. But stick to the Mystic Call app, because the Mystic Call app very much can often have the offers on there. I don't think we've got an offer at the moment, but we may have a new user offer. But always check it out, because offers throughout Christmas will be showing on the Mystic Call app. But let's welcome into the studio our first psychic, and we have got Sky Silverstone. So hi, Sky.
Hello, Karen.
How lovely to be working with you. And I can't say who I'm working with next, but because we'll say in a bit, but we've got a lovely team tonight, haven't we?
It is. I'm really looking forward to the show, and I was really inspired to come in today.
Good.
Because it is a great team.
And you brought in a topic, and it's very much about the new moon, and I'll let you tell people what you're going to be looking at, what we near enough need to know as we're heading towards Christmas. So Sky, do you want to tell people what we'll be looking at tonight with you?
The new moon on Friday is an exceptional one. And I won't tell you why right now, because I'm going to save that for later on in the show when you and I, Karen, have a chat about the new moon. And it is a particularly good new moon as opposed to the great new moons that we had that have been hindered. But this one, oh wow, it's going to be a powerful one, because some great things happening astrologically, and I want you guys to get involved. If you want to get involved, text in and ask what's happening for your new moon energy. And then we've got a full moon coming up a couple of weeks after that. But this is the new moon that is, I'm saying, yay, thank you. And it's great energy. That's what we're going to be talking about. That's my topic, so texting new moon.
And are you saying at last, because you're a Cancerian? You're saying at last, because we're ruled by the moon.
We
as well.
are. Yes, we are, Karen, aren't we?
We are.
We are.
So we celebrate new moons and full moons and all what we're going to talk about. But Sky, we're midweek, we're a Wednesday, so it's a bit of like the in-between day, isn't it? We've just gone back to work on Monday, and we've got to sort of Wednesday. We're 2 days away from the weekend. What do you feel people could be looking for in their readings tonight with you?
Well, I've got to say, Wednesdays is a day for me as a psychic that things for you, the viewers, can go in either direction. It could have been a great few days after the weekend, and then you get to the Wednesday and you're getting into the end of the week tomorrow, and you're thinking, is it still going to carry on in that way? Or something may have happened that's not so great, and you're not feeling so great, but we can come in and support you and guide you to actually give you that little bit of a lift and put a skip in your step if we can. And I think Wednesday, Karen, don't you think? It's one of those days it can take the week in any direction. And that's what we're putting out to you today. The show is about you, the viewers, so do get involved. It's all about you. It's about focusing on your questions. So give us your questions. What's on your mind?
Well, Sky, with all that on offer, I mean, you are offering such a lot there. We're going to let you go to the phone lines, take your first call. So anybody who's new, who has not had a reading with Sky before, or maybe you want to reconnect with Sky, she is going to be available very quickly. So just before you leave the studio, Sky, can we take your PIN number?
It's 4646.
And I'll
see you later.
You in a bit.
Bye.
She's heading towards the phone lines. Now, Sky is very friendly, very approachable, works with cards, also works with astrology. And again, if you are feeling that you've been a little bit, where am I going in life? Things haven't really been going right for me. We have got the new moon coming up. It very much can change things a little. And we are going soon to be out of a retrograde. Now, I don't know much about this, but the lady who has the psychic, who has just gone to the booth, does. So if that interests you, or just have a general reading. It could be a family matter as we are approaching the Christmas when we perhaps see the family that we don't always see throughout the year. We've got to be with them. How will we get on? Have a reading. Also a love reading. There could be office parties, there could be going out with colleagues, maybe there is romance that you're looking for. Have a reading with Sky. She's in the booth, she's got there. She's giving us a friendly wave to say, I'm ready, ring my phone. So is it a new person who's calling Sky for the first time, or someone who wants to come back and have a reading with her again? But my second psychic, and again, like I said earlier, we are going to have a lovely show. I have worked with Sky and this lovely lady psychic for such a long time. I mean, it's been a few years. I think it's more than 10, isn't it, Alison? So, hi, Alison. How are you?
Hello, Karen.
Are you okay?
Really good, thank you.
Near the tree. Look, the first show we've had near the Christmas tree.
Really super. Really lovely to be working with you again.
Yeah, and like the producer said, we've got the sparkles. The tree's got the spark. We like glisten together, Alison.
It's interesting, isn't it? We're blending in here.
It's like the same glisten.
Yeah, we're blending in with the tree.
We are. Look, there we are.
Both in our black and blending in with the green.
Tree.
Yeah, I haven't worked with you for ages. It's
been
really
some time
lovely to be back again with you.
Well,
I keep doing that.
We always have a nice show, don't we?
Yes.
And again, Sky. We've worked with Sky for a long time as well.
Sky, yes, absolutely. Is she on a call now?
Let's have a little look at the tablet. She is on a call. Alison must have had that feeling. Sky was on a call. So we have got all of the at-home psychics working as well. So I'll just give a few names and then we'll come back to Alison. But just so you know who you can be ringing straight away, Raymond is on the lines, Alison, as well. Ooh. So Raymond is on pin number 4765, Studio Psychic, that is. Sarah, Frida Joy, Trisha Hudson, Psychic Lucy, Kevo, Emma and Ruby. But let's see what Alison's going to be discussing on the show tonight. So what are we looking at with you, Alison?
Right, well, I thought it would be really good this evening to bring in, Is It Too Hot to Handle? Ooh. The reason I brought it in is because I know that there's lots of people at the moment that have lots of things going on, a lot of exciting things, and as I said earlier, it's really exciting about this new movement. But I thought it would be good to look at anything that needs to be said, anything that covered, sort of like, is there something that you want to revisit, a relationship you want to revisit? Is there something you want to tell that person? But could it be trouble? Could it be something that's too soon? Because one of the things that's going on at the moment is we've got Scorpio dancing with Venus, and that's very emotional because it makes get right in and
reveal.
Absolutely reveal. You said it. You took the words out of my mouth.
I had the feeling.
Yeah, and do it. And it's about really kind of uncovering. So I want to have a look at. Also, I feel like, because I've spoken this week too, also I want to look at things, look at clearing the fog.
Yes.
It needs to be cleared, you can see that. What can we uncover?
If we're looking at that, be like maybe a relationship with enough affection, or you're not sure where it's going, or could it be like I'm in Leo if to swap my job? Could that be like?
Absolutely, it can be about work.
Yes.
I was on my speaking to a lovely lady that was looking at job. And she's got some concerns about others that are changing. Yeah. They're monitoring for new jobs in the new year. So that's it. I love to look at and look at uncovering, and also in relationships, very much about love, very much about feelings, very much about that, and also family relations as well, because it's coming up to Christmas, and I know that you're really concerned and under pressure every year.
Yeah,
so
I think it's like the perfect family setup. Difficult one. After the difficult one. No, but it's nice. It's nice to share because it's sort of, we understand, we know how there is that little bit of sort of family conflict. And some people might, you know, they might have fell in love and they might have a new partner, but they've always gone for Christmas.
There you
and
go.
they might be thinking, I would like to be maybe with my new partner.
Absolutely.
How will my mum feel about it?
I always find it, Karen, I always find that Christmas politics, I always find it very interesting. There's always all sorts of differences that pop up. And that's why I thought that, does it feel too hot to have? What needs uncovering? What's feeling foggy?
Handle it really hot. You may. What do you think, Alison?
Why not?
Yep. If it's really hot, you love having new experiences. This is that. So what we're going to do, we're going to active with Alison. So this means right now that you text into the show. So Alison will 60-second replies to questions. So if you do want to text in the show, go through to your Mystical app. Only £1 to text that way. But if you want to text on the number 7777, it is on 50. But just so you know, that is the cheapest way to get into the studio this evening and in your messages. And with saying that, do know that probably as I move my lip, the first message will be there. We do, and here it is for you, Alison. Been spotted already because you know the Alison, and it says, "Love, please, love the show. Currently for a home in Spain. Me working with my husband here. I'm most appreciated from Ashel, the 24th of the month 58. Lovely question.
It's very interesting. Very interesting. When I had this evening, by the way, and thanks for getting involved. I was looking for you, I found you. Just rung a bell. It was like I heard Spain being mentioned. It was like I felt there was a very strong bit. I feel it's something that's been spoken about a while. It's been on your mind. It's been there. And it's as though I'm waiting for that for quite some time, but the timing of it has not been right. I think that this whole connection with the work is going to bring a lot of turning points that it's going to bring in for you, my love, bring more balance in your day-to-day things. Really what you're actually, I feel it's kind of what you're asking. The time, so that I feel very, very drawn to, I say to you, I feel you're going to have a very, very busy, when you get this new year. Okay, I feel that the timing of it, there's a very strong March period that I'm drawn to. Okay, I've only got a minute. I'm going to leave. Thanks for getting involved with the show.
And we do have a message for Alison, and it's from the Mystic. It says, "How will my meet my special friend Andy go now? Are we both on the right path together? Gemini. I'm a Libra." You'll love this name, Alison. It comes in from Miss and 3 kisses.
Oh, I love that. Thank you very, very much involved. Okay, so the first thing I want to say to you is this blend of being, I'm not an astrologer, but I love the whole sort of intuitive bit. So there's a lovely blend of being in the same suit and family as both being. Love that. Okay. I feel you're very, very different. Okay. That with Anne is that Andy can and down. It's like you can come as flying with ideas and Andy can lift you up if you're tired or if you're and you've had a lot going on. So the blend is, there's a lot of confidence here, okay? The page Page of Cups. I mean, because it's very much about connection of attraction. It's lovely to have that communication. It's easy. I'd say not to jump into maybe with also looking at that and sealing the whole thing, sort of going down the sunset, married quickly, or becoming attached as one. Build slowly, carefully, gently. This too, I feel it's very much going in what I was looking for is commitment. We want to go slowly with. Thank you very much.
Also, Frida Joy can take a call. Frida Joy is free, and also Tricia Hudson, Sally Francis, and many more psychics out on the mystical. The next message for Alison. So it's for you, and it says, Mystic, can I have a reading, Alison? December, please. What do you see from Diane, the 29th free?
Okay, well, good evening. A lot for getting involved. I feel excitement. I feel excited. I feel as though I'm building up to something I'm looking forward to. I feel as though people are, and I feel it's way before Christmas. You are planning something. To your work area, I'm drawn to you. Beginning to feel more like you're seated in, you're fitting into something, like you're feeling though you're part of it. And I feel that's something that you're working towards, which is lovely to see. Looking here, very interesting, kicked off, Diane, the Three of Cups. I mentioned before about excitement, enjoying people, having people around you, and celebrating. It doesn't necessarily be because it's Christmas, it can also be because it's just celebrating good things, new opportunities being shown here at Pentacles. I don't feel necessarily I'm looking at a job next week, but I feel as though something very new and exciting that takes next year. Thank you.
Oh, Alice, a mixture of questions coming in. We've had how does love, what do friends feel about? We've got more, but keep texting in. Fact, we'll be here with me and Sky PM tonight. We're not going anywhere. Texting in. So we have got, and it's from the mystical Alison. It's how's Osborne, guy, feeling since yesterday? Will he be in contact today? Love and light from Daisy T. Kiss kiss.
Daisy. I just love that name, Daisy. Thanks for getting involved. Oh, and I feel as I'm linking into your energy here, it's like I can't wait. I just want this person to get into. I just want to hear from them, and I feel as though it's kind of its time a bit. It's kind of dragging heels a bit, but the good news is Lover's card. The Lover's card talks about choice. It talks about decisions, but I want to say something to you that I feel isn't for you, Daisy. When that you put your everybody else very carefully in the next 24 hours with create are going to be important. Thank you.
Nice questions. And we have got the Alison. So it says, Mystic going out tomorrow night. I'm going out tomorrow night, with Sean, the 23rd of September. How is he feeling about me? And seeing each other for a few months. What's to come from Janet, the 30th of November? Kiss, kiss.
I'm laughing. Good evening to you, and thank you involved. I'm giggling and I'm laughing because twice just now. It's actually the loop out, and it's twice it's happened, and then it came out again. And when I love this because one of you is a Libra, understanding that. And the thing about it is that I just feel this whole thing just needs. I think this whole thing needs to be more reflection. And my feeling about it is positive. I'm smiling as I'm looking at it, but I don't want to push it. Something happened here concerning you and this that really kind of a little bit and slowed things down, and you really concerned about it for a while. But when I look at you, I say to you, this is not a time to give. This is a time to move forward with it, in more synced and in more. Thank you.
Well, this question is getting stiff, and I know Alison will love the lucky question. And it says, Mystical, who will I be kissing under mistletoe this New Year? If any insight from Nick?
No date of birth or anything.
No, just Nick.
It doesn't matter. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's go in. Let's go. Well, I love that question. Look. Nicola, thanks for getting it, okay? I certainly feel when I link with you that you'll kiss somebody. Somebody that feels meaning to say to you. The first card out, like confidence, expansion, you're ready to enjoy it more, whereas before it felt like that one or this situation. Now I'm ready to focus on one particular person. This person I'm connecting with, I'm very drawn to New Year's Eve, Lee. Very drawn to New Year's Eve around that period too. So it could be an person that I'm being drawn, a sense of a family person that really cares, the people, family situation. Even come from a family background where this person could be a daddy. They could have children, grown up, children or just children. Because I'm seeing this person as a family man, I'm just getting such a warm, lingering range of energy here. This was really, enjoy it. Thank you.
Well, we must, Alison, there's been such a mixture of questions. Yes. I mean, that has really been we've been on many shows and we've had who will I kiss under the mistletoe, I'm going out on a date tomorrow. Such a lot.
And stuff. Listening to get a concoction of things, isn't it?
Really, that could very much maybe carry on the fast tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the difference about looking in the both is that there's just more to go to. There's just more meat. Yeah. We've only got a minute to do it in, so it's like a nugget.
I say it's like the sample. It's like, when you go into the shop and they go, would you try one of these? And then you can take home the food.
I like that.
It's a bit, when you get Christmas blocks of cheese. You're going to get hungry now. Christmassy. But now you can take home.
I like that very much.
We're going to let the Christmas tree read it. Go and enjoy giving readings. So just before you go, Alison, what's your pin?
My pin number is 47.
Well, that's sample of wine. We'll swap it on the cheese.
There you go.
See you in a bit, Alison.
See you later.
Oh, getting all Christmas. Where did that one come from? We're getting all Christmas. But Alison is going to the phone in so many different ways. There's a hands-free, works with crystals and does any tools that this lady, oracle cards, I do know has got certain decks, certain readings, but she does love tarot. So if you have been watching the cards, I did have in hand was the and I know that she does have the working with those cards, but she's no cards at all. She doesn't want to use them. She is a kit that has all of the psychic set picking up. Alison, I'm in show, and I will say Alison goes throughout the country. She has her own business, a private does go to a lot of fairs as a psychic, so is known all of UK and abroad. Tonight we have in our studio, Alison, you know, has a show for a long while. I've worked with Alison a long time. She has just got into the, she'll soon be ready, so you can go through in with Alison. Very appropriate, does all these psychic fairs, comes to anybody knows how to make a comfortable and either that first time ever reading would be Alison Sherrill. Readings with Alison, and I do a few psychics have readings with her, but it's just a passion that she's in those one-to-one readings. So you've seen a little bit of a sample of works. We've made a little bit of a joke of, say, like, you could be sampling the one, but no, you've sampled a section. Alison does a reading and go through and have just that, be a 10-minute reading. It could even be, or something in your life could need just a little bit more time to discern. Is there? She's in the booty. So when you see the camera go, it means they're ready. The phone can be going to be you. If you're wondering, Alison, you've never got involved in a psychic from our show before, reception, and just say, could you put me Alison Sherrill? And that will show her profile, picture of Alison. You press on and it will take you through, and you use the call button. And if you have topped up your tokens, because when you use the Mystic app, you top up tarot tokens that then into your time. So like your money token and a tarot token time to talk to a psychic. And it could be right now. We have psychics working from home. It's a little bit earlier in the year. We have got Joe, Sarah, Frida. You have just been told that Mosina is logging in to the phones now. So Mosina will soon be logging. You will be able to get hold. She's in. Talk about a quick psychic. Mopin number 465 again. Alison Sherrill, a psychic that can just look at that in-depth relationship, new relationship, looking at, you will meet that new person. Look, how they will enter your life. Will it be internet dating? Is this person, when? The big question, when? When will this person in my life go through? Find out. This is Sherrill right now. We're just going to take a very short break. We won't be gone for long, so come back soon.
Family members, particularly my mother, recall these sort of memories or these stories where I would often, you know, talk guides or connect to that psychic. So yeah, I've not really known different. As a psychic, I work in a variety of different natural psychic energy, my guides, but I also like to combine that with the use of tarot cards and astro, the astro dice, which are a set of 3 dice that work with the planetary system, planets, the houses and signs. So when I use this on the show, I will often be interpreting these different elements on an intuitive level, but using the astrology as a nice foundation. I like a variety of different musics, actually. I often, you know, very much enjoy classical music, particularly in the morning. Love to wake up to a bit of classical music. Very much like bands such as AC/DC, as well as reggae as well. So yeah, I don't have one genre that I'm really, you know, focused on musically speaking. But yeah, I like a good mix, and particularly in the summertime, I find yeah, more electronic music can be something I tend to lean towards. So my desire or taste for music tends to change, sometimes fluctuate depending actually on the seasons. I just love travelling. I think, you know, maybe because I'm sort of like this Aries that's sort of like pioneering, I just love to kind of explore, and I've always had this love for adventure. recently, one of the favorite places that I've sort of been to that I'd definitely like to go and sort of explore more of was Japan. And to had the beautiful opportunity to go to Tokyo and to Kyoto. And in Kyoto, I went to a place called Mount Kurama, which is a very sacred site and a sacred land, which was just beautiful. The culture also is very humbling. So I feel like I want to explore more of that eastern kind of part of the world. Of working here at Psychic Today is because it's a beautiful family. I have, in the many years of working here, formed very strong, nice friendships as well, which has been beautiful. And of course, I've been able to connect with you lovely viewers, which ultimately I think is the most beautiful thing about this show, that we are very open, it's a very caring environment to work in, and the people are just such beautiful, genuine souls. I'm Aldo Rafa, and you can catch me on pin number 704.
Hello, I'm John Healy, number 4718. I'm now in my 17th year of giving professional psychic readings, although I have been developing now for very nearly 3 decades. Callers ask me two techniques I use show. Track on David Bowie's fantastic Low album. The saxophone solo that comes in towards the end, it's really brief. I know it doesn't last very long, but if you just listen to those two little pieces, I say they're as good as anything that the great John Coltrane ever did. There are two holiday vacations that really stand out in my mind. One was San Francisco, and that was work. That was a busman's holiday. The other was probably the one time in my life in which I've just allowed myself to totally chill, and it was Veli Gandu in the Maldives. I think it's high time I went back after a pretty intense psychic session, maybe a couple of hours logged into the phones, or being on the Psychic Now show. Any psychic who does it will tell you it's really, really important to take a step back from that level of intensity. I've advocated meditation for about as long as I've been involved with Psychic Today in all its forms, and so meditation, sometimes 3 times a day, is still part of my daily routine. I'm hoping that what I've always brought to the Psychic Today show is something cutting edge, something that people will, viewers of the show or people who love to get their psychic readings will stop and pause and think, "Oh, that's new. Haven't heard that before. What's that? Tell me more." And hopefully you think, whatever he's having, I'm going to have too. I'm John Healy, and my PIN number is 4718.
Hello, I'm Aldo Raffa and my PIN number is 4704. So I've been a psychic now since I can remember. Actually, I was born, I think with this psychic energy. A lot of my family members, particularly my aunt and my mother, recall these sort of memories or these stories where I would often, talk of guides or connect to that psychic energy. So yeah, I've not really known any different. As a psychic, I work in a variety of different ways. I use the natural psychic energy, my guides, but I also like to combine that with the use of tarot cards and the Astro dice, which are a set of 3 dice that work with the planetary systems, so the planets, the houses, and the signs. So when I use this on the show, I will often be interpreting these different elements on an intuitive level, but using the astrology as a nice foundation. I like a variety of different musics, actually. I often, very much enjoy classical music, particularly in the morning. Love to wake up to a bit of classical music. Very much like bands such as AC/DC, as well as a bit of reggae as well. So yeah, I don't have one particular genre that I'm really focused or hooked on, musically speaking, but yeah, I like a good mix, and particularly in the summertime I find more electronic music can be something I tend to lean towards. So yeah, my desire or taste for music tends to change and sometimes fluctuate depending actually on the seasons. I just love travelling. I think, maybe because I'm sort of like this Aries that's sort of like pioneering, I just love to kind of explore, and I've always had this sort of love for adventure. Recently, one of the favourite places that I've sort of been to that I'd definitely like to go back and sort of explore more of was Japan. I went to, had the beautiful opportunity to go to Tokyo and to Kyoto. And in Kyoto I went to a place called Mount Kurama, which is a very sacred site and a sacred land, which was just beautiful. The culture also is very humbling. So I feel like I want to explore more of that eastern kind of part of the world. Why I love working here at Psychic Today is because it's a beautiful family. I have, in the many years of working here, formed very strong, nice friendships as well, which has been beautiful. And of course, I've been able to connect with you lovely viewers, which ultimately I think is the most beautiful thing about this show, that we are very open, it's a very caring, lovely environment to work in, and the people that you meet, just such beautiful, genuine souls. I'm Aldo Raffa, and you can catch me on PIN number 4704.
Welcome back to Psychic Interactive. I'm Karen Brown. I am your host tonight, and that was lovely Aldo Raffa, who will be taking calls, taking over the show a little bit at 8 p.m. He won't be in the studio, but he will be taking over the show from home. So stay around if you like your readings with Aldo. Now we have got lots of psychics who can take calls right now. David has just joined the team, because throughout the evening the psychics can change, and we have also got Trisha Hudson. Raymond can take his next call, so that is Raymond, your studio psychic. And also we have got Mozina. We're going to be talking to Mozina soon. She's ready to have a chat with. So let's say hello to Mozina. Hello, Mozina.
Hi, Karen. How are you?
Fine. It only seems 5 minutes since we was in the studio together last week.
I know, it's been very quickly. How have you been?
Fine, thank you. So the producer said that you had a lovely crystal that you was working with the other week. What tools are you working with right now?
So this evening I'm really back to basics. I say I'm back to basics. I've brought down another crystal that I don't work with very often. And it's one that I've wanted to bring into the studio for quite a while, but I just keep forgetting. So it'll be one that I highlight more next year, providing I can find the time to come into the studio. I have to wait and see. But this is my Shungite pyramid. It's a very interesting crystal. It's one I try not to hold for too long because it's quite powerful. So yeah, I will talk more about this the next time I'm in. But I'm working with that tonight, as well as my usual 2-card decks. And do you know who's just walked in the room, Karen?
Not Aldo Raffa. The cat?
Oh, no.
My little friend.
Yeah, every time.
My little friend. Oh. Every time I talk to Mosina, the little cat, I think that cat wants to be on TV, you know, Mosina.
I think she likes you. I really do.
Well, I love cats.
It doesn't happen with anybody else.
Oh, she hears me. She hears me. Oh, lovely. I've got a little cat fan. I love it. Little cat fan. So, Mosina, how old is your little cat again?
She is 3 now, I think. Yeah, she's still a little baby.
Oh, you have to send me a little picture of her. Oh, I've seen her, but you have to send me a picture of her. So, Mosina, as we have got you as the psychic who is taking over till Alda Rafa takes over, because I know you and Alda get on really well. Maybe that's why I said, has Alda Rafa just turned?
Bless you.
Mosina, what we're going to do, you are logged in, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
I've lost my little earpiece. You are logged in, aren't you, Mosina?
Yes, yeah, I'm all logged in.
Lovely. I just lost my earpiece. I do apologise. So what we're going to do, to any viewers watching, the priority is that you can get your call with Mosina. So the phone is there and Mosina is there. The psychic is ready to take the calls. So that is the priority to anybody who likes their readings with Mosina or is going to have a reading with Mosina for the first time. I will say, I can just tell, I do work with crystals myself, and I can see that that crystal, that newer crystal that Mosina has got, would very much be interesting to have a reading with. So if you are considering it, just consider it when thinking of calling Mosina. But can we get you to have a look at some texts?
Yeah, of course.
And we have got one that's come in for you. And it's quite an easy one. It says, could I have a general reading from John, the 20th of the 1st, 58.
Wonderful. Thank you, John. So you are Aquarius. Well, Capricorn going into Aquarius. As I was seeing that text up on the screen, I just felt a very intense psychic energy from you. So I wonder if you work in a very similar way, not to myself, but in a similar way in the sense that you do spiritual work yourself, John. But I just really picked that up with you. I feel very much in tune, which I really like. So let's have a little look here and see for your general reading what's coming up. Okay, so you're on the right pathway here, which is good. I do feel at times you can doubt that a little bit, and it's as though you kind of look for signs and you ask for signs to come forward, and when it's not quite what you're expecting, you tend to panic a little bit. So you've just got your cards here asking you to chill out a little bit more, to just be ensured that the decisions that you're making and the decisions you are also to make are the right ones for you. So don't feel as though you have to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. Just go more on your gut instinct, because I don't think you give yourself enough credit for that. There does seem to be an opportunity that comes in here for you as well, John. I feel it more linked on the work type side of life, work, abundance, opportunities, that type of thing here. As we get into the month of January, there is something there. I'm wondering though if you are just ready to be free from all of that as well. That's what I'm feeling here. So interesting cards here for you, John. There's a lot more I could say. They're saying so much with you, but just take that for now, limited. But keep working on your own intuition. That's really important for you. Thank you for your message.
We have the next one for you, Mosina, and it's from the Mystical app, and it says, Mosina, should I give up on Mr. Sagittarius or hang in there? What do you see coming up between us in the future from Piscean Girl?
Oh, thank you. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, you are a little bit fed up. Mixed signals are the thing for me that seems to be the common theme here, especially with Sagittarian men. They're very good at doing that. The only reason that I feel with you're still wanting to hang on is because you can tell that there is still more to come. You know that this isn't like the end, as it were. There's nothing here to signify closure. It's more we're in a funny space of what's going on. That's where we seem to be right now. There's the clarity that has to come forward here between the two of you. This is what we're waiting for. Okay, so you have communication has been restricted. We're looking back at the moment, just kind of wondering how and why it went quiet. And why it kind of got to the point where it wasn't working so well anymore too. That seems to be in your head here a little bit. But I'm looking more towards Boxing Day onwards. This is when there seems to be more that comes from Mr. Sagittarius. Were the two of you meant to spend the new year together? Because I see this being discussed, and at the moment with yourself it feels to be a little bit up in the air, but I can still see this being talked about. You know, you've asked me a decision only you can make. It's not my job to tell you whether to hang around or whether to let go. But I would suggest with the cards, given the cards that you've got, just give it a few more weeks. At least wait for your communication to come in so you've got an answer either way. And then from that point, you can decide what you want to do. But yeah, I think there's still something growing. Thank you for your message.
Thank you, Mosina. Is the little cat still around?
Yes, she is.
Oh, stay and watch, little cat. So here we go. And this is the next question. It's Mystic Call. And it says, hi, Mosina. I turned down the job today because I didn't feel was right for me. Have I done the right thing? And will I get something else in January? Thanks, from Rachel.
Okay, bless you. Thank you, Rachel. You've asked me if you've done the right thing, but I draw my attention back to your text because you've said to me it didn't feel right. And there's one thing that I always advocate with people, and that is to go on your gut feeling. So, have you done the right thing? Maybe practically you haven't, but have you done the right thing for you? 100%. Who am I to doubt that? This is your intuition we're talking about. I'm looking at it from a practical point of view at the moment, and I would feel more inclined to say, well, it could have tided you over, but that's not the point of this question. You have to be happy and you have to be satisfied in the place that you work. So I am with you on this one, and I do think that you have made the right choice, but as I say, that's not really for me to say anything on anyway, Rachel. You've done it for you. So let's see if you'll get anything else in January. Okay. I can see another 4 to 5 jobs here that you're applying for over the course of the next few weeks, but the responses from them don't actually feel to be there until the early part of that January anyway. So don't be too surprised if you're not getting the responses as quickly as you would like them. The cards like the CV, they like that, so there's no change needed here with this one. Overall, I think maybe the only thing that you might have to change a little bit is just where you're searching. But apart from that, I think there will be another opportunity here for you, Rachel. You just need to keep looking for those opportunities. Start date wise, I'm feeling mid-Jan here for you, and you will be happy with where you're going. So thank you for your message.
Mosina, thank you for looking at those texts for the viewers who have texted in. I know you're with us until 8 p.m. So what we're going to do, Mosina, we're going to let you go back to the phone lines and enjoy your calls.
Lovely, thank you very much.
See you soon and have a lovely evening, but we'll be handing across to you very soon to take over the show. So enjoy a few calls and then we'll be bringing you back.
Thank you, Sparkly Queen. Enjoy your show.
Thank you, and love to you and the little pussycat. Mosina, we was working in the studio last week, and Mosina has got lovely cards. She has got some special cards, quite a number of packs, and is working with a lovely crystal, quite a powerful crystal, and also it's in the shape of a pyramid, which will make that reading a little bit more powerful if you choose to have. And what I mean by powerful, it will allow the reading to go a little bit more into depth. When you are working with crystals that do have sort of their sort of energy, the guidance that a psychic can bring through to you can be very different when working with a crystal to working with a pack of cards. But Mosina might actually mix the tools. She may work with those lovely cards that she's just showing us, the way she works naturally, and the crystal as well. But who knows how she's going to read for you. It's down to you ringing that phone, saying to Mosina the area you would like your reading in, and enjoying a call with her. Now, we do have lots of psychics. We have got Mandeep, we have got Ruby, also Crystal Grace, Emma, Psychic Lucy and Sarah, Psychic Lotus. Now, all of these are your available psychics to call right now, as our studio psychics are on calls. But we are going to be talking to David next. So let's say hello to David. Hiya.
Hi Karen, how are you?
Fine, thank you, David. Are you having a good day as we're sort of warming up into this festive time?
Oh yeah. My day's always good, quite frankly, to be honest with you.
Good.
Well, I tried to make it good.
Yeah. So I'm glad you're having a lovely time, and you've been taking some calls over the last few days?
I have, yeah. I've been taking some really, I don't know how to word it really. Just interesting calls, you know.
And
it's
Sky...
Calls, you know, where you... It's one of those calls when you give somebody guidance, you know, and you can't tell them at the end of the day, I told you so.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Nice. Well, it's like Sky said, we're going to be coming out of the retrograde soon, so it could be making things a little bit easier for us all.
Okay.
David, to anybody watching, just briefly, would you like to tell our viewers just how you work, and then we'll get you to look at some texts?
Okay, I like to use my cards and my intuition, basically. When I do a reading, when you come to me, I don't really want you to tell me, the whole story or what's going on. I just want you to tell me what area you want me to look at, and I take it from there. And then basically you ask a question, and we build up the reading from there. And even though I'm using the cards, we're not just saying, you know, this card means this and blah 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 and that lot. It's what I'm feeling when I'm looking at the cards and what I'm feeling when I'm tuning into you. So basically, that's the way I work.
Nice. And again, the viewer very much enjoys. It's a bit like the reading just unfolds, doesn't it, David? It starts and it just unfolds. Yeah.
Yeah, because normally if they tell you something, it's like they're trying to direct you in a certain area. And I said no, sorry, just tell me the area you want, and I'll take it from there, and then basically we build up upon it.
You work so like me, David, because I just say, if you want work, say work. If you want love, say love. And I say, if you say the word love, you're not saying to me you got divorced or you've had a breakup or you're looking for new love. You're just giving me that word.
That one word, love. You know,
yes.
I want a love reading. And basically, we're just relaxed, and we'll see, you know, whether you are in a relationship, whether you're not in a relationship, or something's coming along. What's been happening around you? And as I said, you know, and once they verify it, and then basically we build up on it. Then you can tell me.
Yes, yeah. We work very similar, but it's like when we talk, I know we talk similar, so I'm even finding out that we work similar now. Will you do a text, David, and I'll watch if you deliver your messages similar?
Yeah, sure, by all means.
Here we go. And it's from the Mystical app, and it says, TV please, can I have a reading for me and GR? How does he feel about me? Will he come forward? Thanks from T.
Okay, T, for you and GR, will they come forward? How does he feel? What's going on? Is it going to develop? you know what, I feel that this is developing, right? Okay, right. There they are. They're weighing things up at this moment in time, right? There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, right? This has been going on for some time. Now, we got the wheel here, right? So this is telling me that things are going to change, right? And I feel, yes, they are going to come forward. Even though they sometimes put that wall up, now there's more communication to come between the both of you. This is what it feels like. There's a lot of changes coming up, right? Right, as I said, at this moment, there's a lot. And also for the love cards here as well. It's like you want to find out how they feel about you. I feel, right, even though they're not actually telling you or they're not showing it to you, right, I feel like they have got quite a lot of feelings for you. And eventually, all the feelings what they have, in time, they will let it flow. Do you understand? Right? This is what it feels like. And as I said, yes, they are going to come forward. Yes, they have got feelings for you, right? Just be a little bit patient because it's all going to change for you. Everything's going to open up. And I really do want to go into next year. I feel things between the both of you will finally change and you become much closer. Okay?
Thank you, David. We're going to get some more messages for you.
Okay.
One more. We're going to keep you for one more, David. And here it is. It's got your name on. So it says, Mystic Cool David, can I have a reading around work or career, please? In the future, from Mary. Thank you for sending in, Mary.
Okay, Mary, work reading, career for Mary. What's going to happen for her in the future? Right, okay, work reading. Mary, do not worry about the future. Do you understand? First card that literally comes out is that somebody's worried of what's around the corner, right? I've got here liberations, like a door's opening up for you, right? And I've got here things are going to improve. For some reason, at this present moment, as I said, right, we are not feeling very, 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 very happy. That's just because it's like a prison. I want to say for now, listen, it's come to the end of the month, right? Just relax. Whatever's going on, relax, right? Because it's going to change, right? As I said, a door's open up, and I've got one word, yes. You understand? And also, I've got the Sun card, so I feel as if something good is coming your way, right? But it's not until about next year. The offer card is here, and also as well, one of my cards has always come now. I always say this is to do with stability. It's that things are finally going to improve for you. There's a new opportunity coming your way. As I said, for now, don't worry too much about the future, right? It's all going to be revealed to you. A door's opening up for you. But as I said, I want to go into next year, though. We're moving into next year. And I want to go to the early part of next year, okay? But things are going to get better, all right?
David, thank you for joining the show. Thank you for looking at those two texts. And are you taking calls for a bit longer this evening? Hope you are.
Yeah, I'm going to be hopefully be here till about 8 o'clock. Then I'll probably come back later.
Good. That's nice. That's nice to hear, David. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you go back to the phone lines, and then you can enjoy your calls with the callers, whether they're new or people returning to you. So if possible, we may talk again later, David.
Yeah, anytime.
Bye-bye.
Okay, take care now. Bye.
There he goes, David. Now, it's nice when we bring the psychics on and we just get them to look at a couple of texts, show you how they work for about 60 seconds, and then you can see how they work. Now, with David being very much a gentleman, if you want a reading about a gentleman in your life, maybe get a male psychic viewpoint of what that gentleman in your life feels about you. Is someone pulling back? Is someone showing a lot of interest, but now the interest is gone? Is it work? Are you wondering if you are good enough to get that job? Are you going to be selected for that second interview? David does connect really quickly, tunes in quickly, and has got a lovely, I would say, at ease personality. So go through, get a reading with him. Psychics are getting busy, but Mozena is still available. Do remember, Mozena will be doing the takeovers up until 8 p.m. So as she is free to take a call right now, it is a good time to call Mozena. Grace is free. Kevo, John Healy. Can I believe that John Healy is with us? Very much working tonight. Not in the studio, but if you are a fan of liking a reading with John Healy, his pin number 4718. Claire and Audrey and Marissa. But John Healy could offer you one of his Akashic record readings if you went through to him right now, or the cards that he could be working with. He's not in the studio, so we don't know how he's working, but just go through and get that reading with John. But back in the studio with me, busy from the very start of the show, was Sky Silverstone.
Hello,
Hi
hello.
there.
Hello.
Straight on a call.
I know, and then...
New person or someone you have spoken to?
I've spoken to before, and she texted in the other night, and it was such a busy evening she didn't get through, so she grabbed me first thing.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
It was wanted. That's nice.
Yeah.
Was it love or work? I know we keep it confidential.
Love.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of love, because Venus has been retrograding, and then straight after Venus retrograding, Mercury started I'm going to talk about that in a minute, actually.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I like talking to you
about
things, what to avoid, how to be,
Yeah.
and all the viewers know as well.
Yeah.
We're going to call her a little safeguard queen. The safeguard queen. If you listen to Sky, you can get safeguarded. So then, do you want to tell us a bit about it then?
The most important thing that's happening this month is, one, the new moon, and secondly, the full moon, because it's in Cancer.
Two Cancers.
22nd, yeah. The reason why it's the... Sorry, what were you going to say?
Well, the thing was, in the last few shows when I've worked, it's been about you might have noticed it as well, it's been about the last 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I've said for so many shows, there's a lot of Cancerians messaging. So do you think we was feeling that energy before it's going to arrive? Because I've never noticed, like you get a lot of Tauruses, or you get a lot of Sagittarius, or suddenly you get a phase of Leos.
Yes.
But it's been very Cancer orientated, with people saying I'm a Cancerian.
Yes.
About 4 weeks.
Yes. The thing that happens is I feel that the moon reflects a lot of what's happening with the planets. And for example, the moon being a female energy, the sun is the opposite to the moon, it's the male energy. The sun rules Leo, the moon governs Cancerian energy. But let me give you an example very, very quickly if you didn't already know. Now, the moon does a full circle of all the zodiac signs in 1 month. 28 to 30 days, I don't know exactly, and I've got plenty of times I've looked at it and I don't choose to store it in my brain, but it is there. It does all the astrological signs in 1 month, which is quite a fast moving planet, and that's why it affects us more so than some of the other planets, because the faster a planet moves, the closer it is to Earth, the more impact it has on us human beings. That's why I talk a lot about Mercury, Venus, a lot about the moon, because they are closer to us. Now, the moon, if the moon is in void, and what that means is it's transiting from one sign to another, everything's on hold. All the other planets, it's like they all stand back and wait for her to get to the other before they act.
So if it was between Gemini and Cancer, so has it just been that because it's getting towards?
I don't. The void happens every 2 to 3 days,
oh, that's
and it
quick.
can happen. It can, I've seen the longest one happen for a whole day, or at least 12 hours, or a short one can be maybe an hour. We cannot. You'd have to ask.
Oh, they're not set then?
They're not set.
Oh.
Never set. You're going to have to probably speak to myself as an astrologer or another good astrologer to find out how long, because we would know. If we look off the top of my head, I don't know it, but I will look at my notes and find out how long. When the moon is in void, we shouldn't really put out any cosmic ordering. We shouldn't put out any affirmations. We shouldn't really put out anything that we want to draw to us, because everything's on hold. So the way that I've seen astrology unfold, and you know what, there's astrologers out there who would think differently. Everyone's got their
it's like different tarot readers.
Exactly, different cards. And the way that I've seen it, and I wouldn't have said this 10 years ago because I've got another 10 years of learning that has happened. I've noticed when the moon is in void, everything is on hold. The planets are on hold, so that she's quite a powerful planet. That if she's debilitated in any way, everything else is on a standstill. So I want to say this, that when the moon is in an eclipse, when it is transiting, it's in void, or it's moving from, you know, all of this, we have to really respect that and realize that this is a very powerful energy. So when I look at new moons and full moons, it's a time for you to make notes. So we've got a new moon on Friday.
Yeah.
Fresh new energy, and that's early in the morning. Mercury, the planet of communication, travel, logical mind, focused mind. So if you find that your thoughts have been scattered, your travel plans have been sort of out of jig, it's probably because Mercury, another planet close to Earth, has been retrograding or appearing as if it's going backwards. Mercury starts to go forward tomorrow.
Okay.
At 4:20, after 4:20 in the afternoon, so it's afterwards. I usually leave it till the next day to say to people, look, you can feel or start to, start to, because whenever Venus, Mercury, Jupiter for me is another important one, or the moon are held back in their energies like a retrograde or the moon in void, it is a time to hold back on any reconciliations, on any major work plans. Don't initiate a new relationship. Don't get back with an ex in one of those, because I've never in my lifetime seen it work. There was a time when I was younger, when I was learning astrology, thinking, forget it. What was all that about? Really? And then, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, about a million times later, every time there's a reconciliation in a Mercury retrograde or a Venus retrograde, I'm like, it never worked for this person. So I was now
it's
shouting.
Like a pattern that you've understood through the charts,
through my lifetime,
or yourself, even it never worked for me.
I've tested it deliberately. Let's do an experiment. Right, method, conclusion. It doesn't work.
But did I like the outcome? That's what I say. Method, conclusion, but did I like the outcome? Always go for the outcome.
I myself, in this Mercury retrograde, Venus retrogrades and Mercury retrogrades, because what happened was we had a Venus retrograde straight after, within a few hours of, literally the next day, the Mercury retrograde started. So one finished, the other one started, which doesn't happen often as quickly as that. So we've had a couple of months where Venus and Mercury have been creating havoc in our lives. Nothing major, just spanners in the works. And I myself actually saw situations of the past return for me in this Mercury retrograde. And shock horror, last week, because the Mercury retrograde doesn't finish till tomorrow, I thought, this person for how many years ago, who I would never want to have any dealings with again, because I'm the one who discarded them. It's nothing to do with love or relationship, it's to do with business. Not very genuine and not very sincere.
Not a true. Not a true.
Not somebody I would trust, trying to contact me again and again. And I go like, how many emails are you going to send me? After how many years? I'm like, I'm just going to ignore that. It's Mercury retrograde. And another thing that happens in a Mercury retrograde is that not a lot is valid for me, because I didn't reply. Example, I'm going to use that as an example as myself, is I'm not going to reply, because when Mercury starts to go forward to next week, whatever business proposition this person had for me would be, again, I would put it down to, see how devious you are, you're really not genuine. So it would just, but it's not, but in a way it's not his fault.
No.
But it is, because I know this person is like that.
What we would probably say if a viewer was saying this to us, not necessarily a viewer then would become a caller. It's a bit like the lesson to be learned, isn't it? Not to be, not to that person to be able to get in to do what they did before.
Don't engage.
To a person, and with us both being Cancers, rather than not replying, if you don't reply, you're not upset anybody, have you? It's just left it like plateau.
In my case, because it's a Mercury retrograde, I felt don't engage the energy, so I don't have to explain it. I don't have to, and I'm not on the outside have to be anything negative. I don't have to say anything negative, just do not engage that person. Because I felt once a Mercury retrograde starts to go forward next week, whatever business they had for me would fizzle out, and then again I'd be feeling like, see, I'm right. So I might as well not engage any of that and do not enter into that energy. But that's what happens with Mercury retrograde. Now all of that is over tomorrow. And on Friday, we have a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius, which is very uplifting for Cancerians.
Like Sagittarius.
Yeah.
We've got lots of Sagittarius
I love Sagittarius.
Lots of Sagittarius friends.
Oh, yes, me too.
I think our producers are
I
Sagittarius.
know. We love Sagittarius, yeah. Because actually they're very open.
Yes.
They're very down to earth. And there's not a lot held back.
His birthday next week.
There's not a lot they hold. And I like that. I like people to be upfront and open, because us Cancerians have enough going on up here.
Truthfulness.
Yes, exactly.
You can go missing, but just say you're going missing. You know? Have a vacation out my life, but just say you're having a vacation out my life.
But the most powerful thing about this whole new moon is that the sun is in Sagittarius, and the moon will be in Sagittarius. And the next one, so you've got 2 weeks from then to the 22nd, where the moon is getting bigger. That's called waxing. And this is a time that we can now, the other new moons, we haven't been really able to focus on attraction. I attract, I draw to me, or there's another word I tend to use, I've forgotten it, and I don't like using I need or I want, because then you're left needing and you're left wanting. So there's another word, and I'll remember it, I'll give it to you later on. But I attract, I draw. We haven't been able to do that really. We have been doing it, or you have been doing it, we have been doing it, but because Venus, Mercury were retrograding, it was held back.
It wouldn't have moved.
It wouldn't have shifted. But you still got to do it. It wouldn't have shifted. Yeah. But we should have still done it, because it all mounts up in our energy, in our aura. But now it's great guns.
Good.
Go great guns. So from then,
write a list.
Yes, from Friday to the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, going into Christmas time. And the new moon coming up is going to affect all our Christmases. It's in Cancer. It's going to affect all because remember, the new moon isn't just on the day, and then we've got eclipse after eclipse after eclipse in January. Right, so be mindful of that, that's coming up. And I will tell you a little bit about that, because I'm not really around after next week. I'm only doing one more show, and then I'm not back till February possibly. Yeah, so what I'm going to say to anybody out there, if you've had a relationship that's broken up, if you had a relationship with whom you're arguing at the moment, if you've got difficulties going on because of the Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, was stuck a spanner in the works, do not create any extra problems this month or next month, because what the eclipses will do, and again, something I've learned, Karen, with experience.
I'm needing to know this.
With experience, I've learned to now just slap the statement on the table, the eclipses will break your relationship up. Because eclipses look at what you don't need. And if you're constantly bickering with someone, if you're constantly fighting with your partner because you actually want that closeness and it's not happening, eclipses can, and they usually do, come in and say, right, that's weighing you down, off it goes. So what you've got to do is bite your lip around eclipses up to a couple of months before, up to 3 months afterwards. You just need to actually just say, right, you know what?
A bit like I surrender to it.
Yes.
See what comes.
I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to create problem. I'm not going to overthink. I'm not going to obsess. I'm going to focus on something else, especially when it comes to that other person deliberately provoking you. And that's what eclipses can do as well.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, our producer says we can talk about it a little bit more when you come.
He wants questions done, doesn't he?
I think the Saggy is interesting.
Yes.
Because it's moving into the Saggy planet.
Yeah.
But we have got texts for you.
Let's do it.
Be interesting to see how the planets will be around some of the questions.
Yeah.
So we have got one, and it says, Mystic Call, and it says, and she is, hi, beautiful Sky. I would love to know what the new moon holds for me. Happy Christmas, V from Ireland, and 2 kisses.
Hello, V. Lovely to have you with us tonight. Let's have a look. What does the new moon have in store for you? What does the new moon... Now, what I'm being told for you, this is, and I know the new moon brings beginnings, so I don't want to sound like a stuck record, but for you, there is... I want to say there's extra helpings of new beginnings. Now, I'm not saying slap bang in the course of 24 hours of the new moon, you've got a brand new beginning. I feel what I want to say is with new moons and full moons and changes of any planet, it takes its time, but it brings it in for you. You, above all, have new beginnings around your life. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to say to you. I'm going to show you this card here on screen. It's the World card. It's one of my favourite cards. The World card says to you, blocks, hindrances, I'm dropping my cards all over the place, blocks, hindrances, difficulties of the past that you had are being taken away. You are being supported by the universe. The World card is almost for me like the universe. The universe has areas that we do not know about, and that is upstairs, that, you know, spirit guides, you know, where they live. So they are coming in to support you, to, there's certain words I can't say because of our regulations, they are coming in to support you and guide you, or guide your life forward to achieving goals or making your world. You know that saying, you hold the world in your hands? That is said to somebody who's particularly successful, whether they know it or not. And success isn't about material. Success can be matters of the heart. It can be matters of work. It can be all of it. But this is what's coming for you over the new moon, or it initiates it. I'm going to leave that with you, love and light. Lovely to hear from you.
And we do have a question from a Cancerian. Like I said, it has been Cancerian time quite a bit lately.
Yeah.
And it says, mystical, and it says, hi Sky, what great things does the new moon have in store for me? I'm a Cancerian, Diane, the 29th of the 6th, 73.
Lovely. Thank you very much for getting involved with the show. Let's have a look what the new moon holds in store for our fellow Cancerian. Oh, we're getting some great cards tonight. I've got the Star card. I've got past hurts and disappointments being put into the past. But here I also feel lost opportunities and lost people of the past. This may be somebody of your past getting back in touch with you. Not with the slant of Mercury retrograde or Venus retrograde, that when they get in touch it's not valid because it's happening in a retrograde. It's happening after the new moon, or it's happening at some point after the new moon. The new moon is the initiator. It's the spark that allows this reading to go forward, or allows this to happen. So there is somebody here of your past that, known or unbeknown to you, will come forward, and the new moon gives that spark. This is another important card. This is about life moving forward. So the new moon for you, very shortly put in short, not getting my words out there, put in short, is moving you forward from standing still to things shifting, blocks being removed, and you moving forward, because this is the card of moving forward. All right, I'm going to leave that with you, love and light. Thank you.
A lot of people wanting to know about the moon, and it says, hi Sky, what has the new moon got in store for me? Anything exciting? The 1st of the 1st, 69. And it's so interesting how, like, people say, what great things, how exciting. So how people term it differently, don't they? Yeah.
What star sign are they? 1st of the 1st?
Well, the 1st of the 1st, 69.
Funnily enough, do you know...
Capricorn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what your opposite sign is?
I'm not sure.
I'll tell you.
I think I've been told, but refresh me.
Go on. Do you know?
I have known, but I don't know it now. I have had a chart.
Oh, right, okay.
I've had a chart.
Every astrological sign has an opposite sign.
I know Libra is Aries. Their opposite is Aries, isn't it?
But for Cancer,
I'm lost on that one.
The reason why you said you're getting a lot of Cancerians.
It's a Capricorn.
It's Capricorn.
Yes.
So they're linked. Every astrological sign has an opposite.
Yeah.
To the extent that when I was taught astrology by somebody very, very old, who's done it the old way without computer things, and they've done it manually.
The pen and the paper.
The pen and the paper, astronomy included. Yeah. they used to say to me, your astrological sign, when you look at your astrological sign, look at your opposite sign and read that, because it's both relevant.
Yes.
Because your astrological sign is where your sun is, the opposite is where the hidden stuff, almost like the sun and the moon. Okay, so, and another one to read is where your moon is. So if you can find out from an astrologer where your moon is, read that one as well, because that tells you what's hidden. But also, but the most important one is looking at your opposite. Now, Cancer and Capricorn are opposite signs. Like Saggy and Gemini are opposites. And it's often the case that you will really get on, or you will absolutely have the opposite, which is you hate. Not with every single Capricorn.
Of course not.
No, but it'll be extremes, okay? So let's have a look. Could you read that for me out again?
Are we going to go for it again?
Yeah.
What's the new moon got in store for me? Exciting.
Not that one. It was the.
You want to go to? No, that was the one.
No, this one.
That was it.
Because I didn't answer
Sorry,
that
honey.
One. Yeah. Okay.
We were speaking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, first of the first. I thought it was interesting to let them know what their, that they should look at their opposites as well. Let's have a look. First of the first, opposite sign of Cancer. Well, the new moon is actually bringing you out of yourself. I have here a very powerful card of looking good, feeling good, energized in your being, your aura, your mind. Can't say that word. Your mind, your energy, your aura is the way I want to put it. The new moon is sparking the essence that is you. It's sparking it up to allow you to look at how you present yourself to the outside world, particularly for you, and how you would like to change that to make it better than it already is, which is awesome. How can you make it better than awesome? Because you can. So the new moon may inspire you to change little things about yourself. How you express yourself, how you present yourself, how you wear certain things, how you handle yourself, your body language. Is sparking you to make those changes, because in making those changes you're going to come across better and actually attract more opportunities to you. That's the end result, opportunities. It also, be mindful of this, because to every good there's a not so good. It's going to enlighten, especially around the full moon, they're telling me. Something's going to be revealed here for you, my lovely, regarding those people who are not so sincere, and they should. And I always say, and I've done this with a certain person who's come forward recently, is you can keep them at arm's length. Don't be negative, don't say anything negative, but you know in your heart whether they're good for you or you're not. Keep them at arm's length. That's going to be revealed between now and the end of December. I'm going to leave that with you, love and light. Thank you.
Okay, we're just going to keep Sky out in the studio for a couple more, and here is the next one, and it says, Mystic Cool, hello lovely Sky, new moon, what can you see for me to be exciting with the new moon bringing in amazing men, relationships, details and timings, pink sparkles, the 2nd of the 4th, 76. So it looks like she's looking more at the relationship
Aries
aspect.
So you like that stage, amazing men?
Yes. Get a few amazing men.
Yeah, we all want a few amazing men, even though we're attached. Or
make them amazing. Make them amazing.
Yeah.
They can be around, but amaze them up.
It's nice to look and see, even though we don't touch. I don't know about Karen, though. Karen might want to touch.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know.
I'm speaking. A bad name.
I'm speaking for myself. I know. I'm just saying, Karen might be thinking, don't speak for me, I want to touch. Because I'm saying I won't touch. Thank you. All right, so let's have a look.
I love
pink
a laugh
sparkle.
for you.
Yeah, pink sparkles.
Let's see if she can touch.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, there is amazing men here. Yeah, you have certainly got the love card. There's some great cards here, pink sparkles. Really good. Whoa! No clothes on.
Get ready.
Yeah, I know. Oh, pink sparkles. What energy you have brought to the studio. And it's because of you these cards have come out. I don't know if you know how texts work. You send an energy with your text when you send it. And that's why I always say, I often educate our viewers how to send a text. When you send a text, you really think about it. And you look at your text and you say, or you think to yourself, I'm sending this energy to the studio. The energy I've got is lovers, right? There's two people here with no clothes on. It's still early, so I'm not going to say too much. So this is, and the Ace of Cups, this is a love-orientated year ahead for you. The new moon is the spark. Now, people often think the new moon, oh, on the day, something amazing should happen for me. The new moon doesn't talk about just one day. It's the spark of the time ahead. From the new moon going forward, one new moon can affect the rest of your year ahead, but you don't necessarily know which new moon it is. And one new moon might be powerful, more powerful than the other one, but you've got the Lovers card for this new moon that's particularly potent, particularly powerful because of the astrological placements in December. So Lovers, Ace of Cups, Lovers is about choices of men. Ace of Cups is finding the one. Doesn't necessarily mean right there and then, but it's coming towards you. And the World card is that the year ahead from this new moon is about you. And again, I've said this about the World card, feeling like you've got the world in your hands. It's one of my favourite cards and one of the top cards in the deck. I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you.
Well, to everybody, this is the last message for this time with Sky being in the studio, but then she will be back after she has taken some calls. So a great time now to top up your tarot tokens, get that Mystic Call app ready on the profile of Sky, or get reception to put Sky on hold. So here it is, and it's Mystic Call, and it's from Astara, the 8th of the 7th, 65. Sky, please. New moon, May. May I have a reading for December, please? What nice surprises does the new moon have in store for me? What are you picking up would be lovely. Thank you so much. Kiss, kiss.
Lovely name. Astara is one of the goddesses in mythology. And again, another Cancerian, Karen.
See? Yeah.
Yeah. We've only had, I don't know what Pink Sparkles was she?
Pink Sparkles, no, wasn't. It was the 2nd of the 4th.
So what? So what we've had is, apart from Pink Sparkles, is Cancerian associated Capricorn energy. That's all we've had so far.
So that I said last year, I often sit on the show and go, I register. I think, it's all the Pisceans at the minute. Yeah, so I think it's probably a way of me looking at the energy of who's being maybe a little bit more emotional or assertive,
But another thing is, because we've got a change of the moon coming up, and a very powerful one, we've got the Cancerians coming through. Because it's only a few days away.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's have a look. Ostara, let's have a look. What does the new moon have in store?
And what nice surprises.
And what nice surprises, okay. All right, Astara, thank you very much for getting involved with the show. I'm getting your energy very, very strongly now, okay? Now, there's times where you haven't known what direction to go in, or you have felt, and remember, I won't use the words you would use. I'm using the words that I'm being shown in the pictures and the words I'm hearing from my guides who are describing you, that they won't use the same words as maybe you would use. But there's been some times in your recent past where you're thinking, shall I, shan't I, do I, don't I, which way is my life going to go? Am I going to go in this direction, that direction? Do I actually follow this? Do I start doing that? What shall I do? And the reason that you haven't actually completely known is because the timing hasn't been right. This new moon, without a shadow of a doubt, makes your thought processes and your decision making a little bit more precise. By the very nature of being a Cancerian, we can, all of us as Cancerians, often be in that frame of do I, don't I, I've got this option, I've got that option. Because we are so sensitive to all the different pathways that can open up, we find it difficult to make an absolute decided decision until other things around us fall around and we say, right, now I'm going to do that. Right? Isn't that right, Karen?
So true. We tend to be more done when people say prove to us.
Yes.
We're our most ambitious when we need to prove to someone.
That's right. That's right. But what's happening with you, my lovely, is that you're becoming stronger with this new moon. Strength is coming in for you, that you are more directed. You've also got changes around, positive, good changes around your love situations. Two of Cups comes up, the Lovers card comes up, which is about love, relationships, being a focal point for you. I leave that with you. Thank you.
And that other attitude, I'll show you. I'll show you.
And then that person who you're going to say, I show you, so it's really nice to you. Oh, okay, I'm not going to show you. It's all right, it's all right. We are so soft.
We're so similar, aren't we? But it's been quite interesting being out here with two Cancerians, talking about the moon energy. But now you can have all of Sky, all of this new moon energy, and if you have been affected by the retrogrades, or it might not be about the moon, it might not be about the retrograde, it could just be about you and where you're going next year. So we're going to let you go from the studio, but I can't wait till you come back and we have a little bit more fun.
Catch you later.
But Sky is all yours now on the phone lines. So go through to reception, just say to them, you've been watching the show, you've seen Sky out there, you've had a little bit of a laugh watching, and now you would like to talk to her. She'll soon be on the phone. It does not take Sky very long to get prepared in the booth. The booth is a private area where our psychics go. So it's a bit like them having just their own room. They have got their computer, they've got their table, they've got all their crystals, their cards, and the phone. So it's just really their area to get comfortable, to take the call from you, the callers. Now, if you have liked the way Sky has worked, and you have never had a reading with a psychic before, Sky would be a very good choice for going through for your first ever reading. I mean, I've been a reader for many years, and often I'll say to people, have you ever had a reading before? And they go, no. And it can be really exciting as a psychic like Sky would to be giving that first ever reading to someone who has never tried a psychic reading before. You could be sitting there right now watching Sky in the booth thinking, I don't normally have readings. I tend to guide myself. But something could have gone on in your life that was a little bit more major than guiding yourself. It could be that you've had a breakup, lost a job. It could be that you've got a big job to decide on, should I take it? But she's got the pendulum as well. That is the beautiful pendulum. So that could be which job is right for you. Sky could be using that pendulum in your reading. She has got her cards. You could tell her your star sign. If you're dating someone, tell her your date of birth of the person that you're dating as well, and you could get a compatible reading. Are you compatible with that person that you are seeing? Maybe you've just started to talk to someone and want to know if that relationship has the potential to go somewhere. Allow Sky Silverstone to take a look at this. Was busy from the very time that she went to the booth. I think this will continue, but Sky is free right now. Pin number 4646, go and get her. But Mozina is going to take over the show, but just to... Oh, she has, so we can't get her to take over just yet. So we are going to go now just to a very short break. Check out all the psychics on Mystic Call app so you know who is free, who is available, also including Sky Silverstone. But we're just going to take that break, so come back soon.
Mystical, your personal psychic companion app. You can watch a show live, get direct access to our psychics and their profiles, get your readings cheaper, have full control over your spending, and never miss one of Mystical's exclusive offers. You can send a text from the app straight to the show. Instant message one of our psychics for a quicker private text response. Check the schedule so you know when your favourite psychic is live. And we'll even give you a free text to the show every time you top up £5 or more. Yeah. T's and C's may apply. Register for free and create your profile by downloading Mystical from your app store today. Keep it psychic.
Welcome back to Psychic Interactive. I'm Karen Brown and I am your host. Hope you are enjoying the show, having a little bit of festive pre-fun with us. And Sky Silverstone, your studio psychic, can take that next call. Pin number 4646. Go through, get a reading with her, snap her up. I can see calls are coming in, but is it you that is heading towards calling Sky? If you press on the call button on the Mystic Call app, you could be that quickest person to get a reading with her right now. But we're going across now to Mosina, who is going to do the takeover for you. So Mosina will be looking at texts. The phone is very much there if you'd like to call it. But Mosina will be looking at texts. So send in your texts for Mosina right now and enjoy a bit of time with her.
Hello, thank you very much, Karen. So hi again, viewers. My name is Mosina. I'm pin number 4656 and I am actually logged in and available at the moment. So your call will take priority. As you know, if you want to get your reading with me, I'm here until 8 PM doing the takeovers. So you've got around about 55 minutes left with me. And then after that, I will not be here. So if you want your reading, come through to me. But I'm going to tackle some text messages very shortly. If you want to send one in for me, you can. If you're quick about it, we should get it up on screen in the next 5 minutes or so. So just put Mosina at the beginning and I will tackle your question for you. I do have one here on screen at the moment that I'm going to go straight into. It says, what do you see ahead for me? Do you see initial K coming back in my life? And that is from Sheets, who is the 3rd of the 4th, 1980. So 3rd of April, so you are going to be Aries. Okay. Right. Looking here, linking into the initial K, I feel with them they're quite a wanted character. And this may be the issue, there may be too much attention being drawn to them, and this is why there's a little bit of a disruption between the two of you. So let's have a little look here and see what is going on. Right. So I do see here with this, the communication has been lacking. There hasn't been much really to work from, I'd say, in the last sort of 4 weeks or so with the two of you here. But you do have this breaking through, which is important. And I do think you need to kind of take that on board and understand that things are going to move, things are going to break through, things are going to change. But it's just going to take a little bit of time to do this. As I say though, I do feel with them there is quite a bit of interest that seems to surround this person. So the cards just kind of give you a little bit of a heads up with that, just to expect it. I'd say you're not the only one who's wanting their attention, put it that way. Thank you for your message. So I have another text on screen, but I'm just going to ask Mr. P if he can put it on the big screen for me because it has cut off again. So I want to be able to read all of the text. Wonderful, thank you. It says, hi Mosina, I feel I've added Russ on social media too early. He's not returned the follow and I think possibly have been avoiding me in the office today. Have I blown it? Oh my goodness. And that is from Coco, who is the 24th of the 8th, 84. So thank you so much for your question. Bless you. Oh, we put so much pressure on ourselves for social media, don't we? Truthfully, I don't feel you should really look into it too much. For me, this is a worry that doesn't need to be one. But let's have a little look here and see. And you're concerned that he won't return it at all and that he'll block. Good news is that will be returned. You just need to be patient. Do the cards think you've done it a little bit too prematurely? Probably. But at the end of the day, it is just social media. So I wouldn't, as I say, I wouldn't put too much worry into this here. Where he's concerned, I do feel there is quite a bit of pressure being added to this person's shoulders in terms of their workload or what they are expected to do with work. So they don't actually feel to be too interested for the next sort of couple of weeks. There's a lot of focus on this here. So this isn't personal to you. This is just how things are for them at the moment. I'm seeing just shy before Christmas, a few days before it, this just seems to blossom or take off out of nowhere. So you've still got good things to come. You've not blown it. Thank you for your message. Okay then, so there's another question here on screen for me. It says, Mosina, please. What's James's feelings for me? Has he been thinking about me today? Will we get close and something? I'm just going to see if I can get that on the screen again. Thank you. Will we get close and when, please? Thanks from Millie. Okay, let's have a look here and see. His feelings. Okay. For me, he's a little bit conflicted. Just gonna grab a clear quartz here for a second because I just don't feel like his thoughts flow properly. There's a little bit of a block here, so I do think there is other worries on James's mind that he's allowing to interfere with the feelings for you slightly. Okay. He does think of you. I do think he's slightly worried that he will give off the wrong impression, or that he will perhaps do or say something that just completely put you off. I'm not feeling with them that they've got that much experience when it comes to relationships. You know, the experience that they have had hasn't really been fruitful. It's not really got them anywhere. So I think he's a little bit worried about getting too close too quickly. But let's see. Let's get up in the cards. What have we got here? I do feel he wants to see you, but he doesn't want to come across too eager. But he's then in the danger of coming across like he's not interested at all. So you may need to throw a few subtle hints here in his direction. As for whether the two of you are going to get close, I do feel that this will come into play here, but I need to give it another couple more months before there's anything of any real significance. So whilst a lot of people are focusing on Christmas, for yourself, I think I need to focus more around about Valentine's Day. Sorry. Thank you for your message. I'm going to grab a quick drink before I tackle this next text. Okay, and it says, Mosina, what do you see happening for me? Oh dear. Over Christmas, and that is from Pisces Girl. So let's have a little look and see. Right. Okay, so over Christmas time, seems to be quite a bit of travelling that's coming up here in your cards, Pisces Girl. Really feeling as though I'm getting the social mood here with you, which is good. The cards want you taking invitations, they want you taking offers up. I'm so sorry. And really getting yourself out there again. I don't know if you've had to put off a trip or a holiday as well, because I'm seeing this here. Look out for this more towards the end of February time. That is when the restriction for that seems to be lifted. So Christmas itself looks to be as expected, but I'm actually being more drawn to the March of next year for you, where there's this sudden change that you're actually waiting for, that you're anticipating at the moment. It's just a few months delayed. Thank you for your message, Pisces Girl. Okay then, so that is me. I'm going to hand over to Karen now. I'm so sorry for those of you who've had to listen to me spluttering. But yes, I will probably be back for one more takeover in the next sort of half hour or so. If not, then it's been a pleasure, and I will see you again tomorrow. So over to Karen.
And thank you very much, Mosina. So thank you for that takeover, Mosina. But the pleasure is, when the psychic has finished the takeover, you can make a call. So go through, get your reading with Mosina. Connects really quickly. I know she likes to look at a house move question. So it may not be a house move that you're going to perhaps go for before Christmas. It could be about that new house move, that new adventure next year. Go through to Mosina, get a 2019 reading. You may want to know what next year has in store for you. So, we have also got Gertrude Irish, we have got Kevo, Sarah, Psychic Lotus, and Sally Francis and Marissa and Kevo. But have you added our Mystic Call app to your smartphone? Have you got it? Because as December does get a little bit busier, we have to sometimes nip out, go to parties, do a little bit of that late night Christmas shopping. Would you like to be able to have our show on your phone? And if you have got it on your phone, you can watch the show in the daytime or in the evening, wherever you are. Even over the Christmas break, if you are spending time with relatives who have not got the Sky Channel, there's no need to miss out on watching us. You can call the psychics from the Mystic Call app as well. So do enjoy the service that app has to offer. We're going across now to speak to studio psychic Raymond. So hello, Raymond.
Oh, hello, Karen. Lovely to speak to you.
And you, I see you've taken some nice calls this evening.
Yes, I have. I've been very lucky. Delightful people that I've spoken to, and very focused on the energy of what's happening emotionally and about how